Yeah. What up, though? What up? As promised, we back here with another one. It's your man Mark Nash breaking beats. This should be a good one, man. We got Jacob Stitch Duran. He's gonna pull up on us momentarily. We're gonna talk about boxing. We're gonna talk about this movie Creed 3 that he's involved in for the third time. So this should be fun. Gonna have a good time and chop it up all about it. And yeah, I'm gonna run the intro, and I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. We should have them on then. All right, peace. Let's get it.
This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job. From a good dream I wake, sun rays on my face, planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bullshit, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up, my boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hoes here so ratchet, these niggas here so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash, take this job, shove it up your ass. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his. He said, if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shoot. Mother, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real, but I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and or the host. They do not explicitly nor necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during the program. Basically, if I didn't say it, don't come for me. You come for the person who said it. And please don't sue me for somebody else's words. With that said, let's start the show, motherfucker.
This that squad sound.
Yeah. What up, though? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man, Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking Beats coming to the stage. This man needs little to no introduction because I've been talking about him for the last 48 hours, waiting for him to get up here. But nah, you've seen him in, I mean, tons of movies. Every time you see a big fight, chances are he's in that corner on either the guy who won or the guy who lost. I mean, what can I say about this man that you don't know? But I will let him introduce himself. Coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, my friend, my brother, he's like an uncle. He took a chance on me back when I had 1,000 subscribers. Now we at 15,000, almost 5 million views. And he's a part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Stitch Duran. Hold up, we froze up.
There we go.
Check 1 2.
Can you hear me, Mark?
I can hear you. There he is. How's it going, sir? Hello?
Mario, what do I know?
Sir? Can you hear me?
I'm not real good at this. Hold on.
Can you hear me? Check 1 2. Can you hear me? All right, we'll try to get the audio right.
Your voice? You never did that here.
I can hear you, but it sounds a little robotic. You want to beam out and beam back in?
Yeah, I'm seeing myself. I just can't hear you.
Okay, he kicked off. Let me try to do something real quick. Let's try. All right, we back. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me in the chat? Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me. Press A in the chat if you can hear me. Trying to get my guests back on. Try to get them back on. All right, somebody said I'm an expert now. Let's go. Shout out to you, Gons. What up? Sir, seeing you in the building. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Press something in the chat. We have a couple technical difficulties with getting our guest on. All right, so yeah, boom. So y'all can hear me. Cool. So we good. So we just got to get them back on. All right, so we'll chop it up for a minute. After the interview, man, we're gonna talk about this Showtime schedule. I want to know how you guys really feel about that. Got to talk about that Showtime schedule. What else we was gonna talk about? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Chop it up about that Showtime schedule. It was something else I wanted to talk to y'all about, but it escapes me right now. So let me just focus on trying to get the guest back on. He said I'm trying again. Okay, cool. And we'll try to get him back on. But yeah, the Showtime schedule came out. And some people are excited about it. Some people are saying, hey man, it leaves more to be desired. So we're going to talk about it. Shout out to Lisa Bell. She said, smash the like button and subscribe on the way in. I couldn't agree more. So yeah, we're going to chop it up about that. I'll drop the link out there. I'll open the panel up for that. We can have an open discussion on that. Everybody can cook on that piece. Smoke a bag of that. But not bad. It's not bad though. But is it? I think I was on somebody's show earlier. I said it's Premier Boxing Champions, but I don't see a lot of champions fighting up there. It's a lot of get back fights. A lot of guys coming off of losses. But hey, they got to come back off a loss, right? We got to get it done. So we're gonna talk all about it. Let's try this again. Let's see how we do it now.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm old school, bro. I told you, you gotta apologize. I have to apologize. I ain't good at this shit, bro. You know.
Hey, look.
But let me give you a compliment. My wife was here. She helped me out, and she loved your intro. And I said, man, and you brought that up about when you had like 1,000 subscribers. I said, I remember this young man, and look at him now. So what an intro, bro. You're doing a great job.
Man, you are a fan favorite. I told you I want to bother you and call you monthly, but I was like, man, this guy, every time I look up, you're on TV. You're traveling all over the world, traveling all over the country. And I know when you're home with your family, you want to be with your family, not talking to this goofy kid from Atlanta in YouTube.
Yeah, no, I enjoy doing it. I had an interview today, and the guy said the same thing. I said, you know, when are you ever home? You know, sometimes you're here one week, you're there the other week, and how do you do it? And I said, shit, I don't know, you know. But yeah, it's just a lot of traveling, but it's what I do.
All right, so let's get caught up a little bit, man. Since the last time we saw you, I remember you broke the news with us that Michael B. Jordan was gonna film Creed 3. It was gonna be in Atlanta. He was like, man, I'm gonna be in that thing. I'm gonna be coming to Atlanta, man. This is his directorial debut. Now, you've been in all 3 movies, right?
Yes. Yes.
The first 2 were directed by Coogler, right? Ryan Coogler. Did he direct
the first one was Ryan Coogler. Second one was Steve Cappell, and this one was Michael.
Talk to me about the experience each time and what was different, what was the same, and we can piggyback off of that.
Yeah, it was. They turned a different page in the Creed thing with Michael being the director and the actor, and the storyline's pretty awesome, bro. I'm telling you, if I tell people, if you have any kind of emotions, you'll probably cry. You definitely will laugh. You'll probably be jumping around in joy. You get all those different emotions in this movie, and Michael did a great job. My man Jonathan Majors, the new kid on the block, but such a good actor, and they hit it out of the ballpark, bro. I've heard nothing but good reviews on it. I was at the premiere Monday. I came back with a smile on my face.
Hollywood Stitch now. His name ain't Stitch no more. It's Hollywood Duran. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I'll stick to Stitch, bro.
So talk to us. Now I know you can't give away anything of the movie. We wouldn't want you to do that as well at all anyway. But talk to us about the directing style of Michael B. Jordan. This is first time directing. You've been in how many movies right now? Let me ask that first.
7. I've been in 7 movies with Woody Harrelson, Antonio Banderas. I was Here Comes the Boom. Straight to the Bone. That was my first one. Second one was Ocean's 11 when they stole from the casino. Lennox Lewis was fighting Vladimir Klitschko and started working with Klitschko for 8 years after that. And Balboa when Rocky fought his last fight. And, Here Comes the Boom with Kevin James and Salma Hayek and Henry Winkler and Creed 1, 2, and 3. So I know it. I'm not even an actor.
Yeah, you are. You are now.
No. I play myself well. If I was to play somebody else, if I was to play you, I'd blow it.
Oh man, you got the best mustache in the game, man. You're gonna have to.
That I'll take a compliment on.
So look, talk to us. So doing this movie with a first-time director like Michael B. Jordan, talk to us about how is that different from the other guys and their style.
Michael did a great job. Often, I was with him every day, wrapping his hands and before the shoots even begin. So, and it's just him and I, in the trailer like this, right? So we have a lot of good talks, friend to friend, actor to actor, if you want to call it, but more of getting them on the track of being on point with the boxing techniques. But he came to me for a lot of advice. Michael told me in the second one, I told him how proud I was of him and Ryan Coogler and Tessa Thompson and Steve Cappell. And he looked at me as I was wrapping his hands and he said, Stitch, we went from being actors to writers, producers, directors. And he looks at me like I'm looking at you and said, I'm directing Creed 3 and you're with me as long as you want. So let me just add also on that is they're filming a documentary on my life. I think I mentioned that based on the book From the Fields to the Garden, right? I grew up as a farm worker, so those are the fields and the garden, Madison Square Garden. Anyway, Michael gave us a pretty explosive interview regarding me, and I just heard a small part of it, but they said he really went off the hook, man. To the point where Michael and I were hugging each other saying, I love you. We got that kind of relationship. So,
talk to us about that. Your documentary. When is that scheduled to be released, and who's behind it, as far as the production, director, and things like that?
Yeah, it's funny how people have come to me, and I think I told you this before, Mark. I'm blessed that everything that's happened in my career, I've never asked for one job. Just a proud Mexican that can't go out there and ask for a job, right? So people have come to me, and when I wrote the book, that was during the UFC times when Randy Couture and Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell and all these guys, Matt Hughes, were having books written on them. And they asked me in fact, an author took my wife and I out to dinner and asked if you could write a book. And I'm the kind of guy, if you want to do it, let's do it. And he never followed up. And finally, Zach Robinson, that's a teacher in Germany, contacted me and said he was a big fan and wanted to ask if he could write the book. And I just happened to be in Germany 2 weeks later. We met, shook his hand. He wrote the book From the Fields to the Garden. So the fields are growing up as a farm worker. The garden is Madison Square Garden. So I've had a couple other people try to do documentaries with these guys. Now, Uriah Faber, that UFC legend,
yes.
Gerald Roxburgh, that does a lot of the documentary filming for the UFC, and Danny Acosta is the director. So Uriah and Gerard are the producers, and Danny Acosta is the director. But so they contacted me, and when I signed, just by the grace of God, Triple G was fighting, of all places, the Garden, Madison Square Garden, right? So we made contact with the Zone, with the Triple G's team, with the Garden, and they gave these guys all access, and we got the footage. And then the COVID kicked in and put us on a hold for a while, and came back. They interviewed so far Tyson Fury, Sean Porter, Shane Mosley and his wife, Cain Velasquez from the UFC, Javier Mendez, coach that trains all these fighters. And then we went home to my hometown as a farm worker and interviewed people I grew up with and my family. So they're doing the editing now, and they plan on getting it into the film festivals, and they go from there. So, but it's pretty. It's I have a great storyline, and I just got invited to go speak to some 4th and 5th graders that are kind of troubled in school, and I said, I have a story, and I'm no different than you. It's just that I took that one step forward, and I think I mentioned to you as you were growing in your business is, that line we're all scared to cross. If you don't cross it, you'll never get there. Look at Mark Nash. He's already in the house.
Man, look at you, man. Look at you.
Hey, I thank God every day. It blows my mind. Who gets the opportunity to work with so many world champions, so many great fighters, meet so many great people, be in movies. I mean, it don't make sense, but I'll take it.
Now, when is your doc supposed to be released?
Well, they're looking, up around the June time, once they get it into festivals and all that. But it's a 90-minute film. I'm telling you, it's real good. And we got Shane Mosley's wife because Junior, because I worked his fight. I worked his last fight 2 weeks ago, and he won. But the fight before that, but his wife was pregnant. She's in the dressing room, and first time I'm working with Shane, right? So I work with him like I do all the guys and relax them and wrap their hands. And his wife's in the back, and I'm a veteran. I always get food to take to the fights because they're not going to feed you. So I had a sandwich and I gave her half, and she remembered that. But Shane Jr. was saying, I saw him a couple weeks later, and he said, my wife and I were talking about how good it felt having you work in my corner and how secured I felt. And she spoke her words. And I thought, you know what? Nobody ever hears the feelings of a wife of a fighter, or a parent of a fighter. So we got that in the film, and so I'm proud of it, and just to get some B footage is tomorrow for the Creed movie comes out. So I bought 20 tickets, and we're going to go watch it with friends and family. My son's flying in from Ypsilanti, Michigan by Detroit. And then Saturday morning, I'm taking a plane like 9 a.m. to my hometown. And I bought 50 tickets, and 40 of them go to the farm workers that we grew up in the migrant camp together. And we're all 70s, 60s and all that. So I'm bringing them all to the fights together, just as a remembrance of, never forget where you come from, and so for me, that's my energy.
Man, this guy's a class act, man.
Pretty badass, huh? Yeah.
Man, yeah, man, because you don't have to do that. Some people move on, they get to where they at, and was like, hey, I'm here. You need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's never been how you operated, and it doesn't seem like that's the way you were raised, neither.
No, 100% right, because we grew up as farm workers, right? So we have the old saying, listen, if you don't water the roots, the tree's not going to grow, So you got to go back and water the roots, bro, and never forget where you come from. But that's my inspiration, and that I'm no different than everybody else. I was put in a position where I wasn't scared to challenge it. And, your position when you started your radio show, I'm sure you were scared. You're supposed to be scared, It comes with the territory. You just gotta accomplish and go beyond that one.
Yeah. Now, to get back on Creed 3, I got a couple more questions for this. I got to ask you about. Now, you worked with Tessa Thompson before. You worked with Michael B. Jordan, a lot of the guys that you see in the movie. You've been in all three of them. Talk to us about working with this guy, Jonathan Majors. Now, I see you wrapping his hands, but this is behind the scenes footage right here in clips. Did you wrap everybody's hands that anybody had something to do with fighting? Did you wrap everybody's hands?
Yeah, Jose Benavides, Michael, Jonathan. But yeah, let me tell you a story with Jonathan. Number one, this guy signed a 7-movie deal with Marvel. I don't even have that picture. I don't have that picture. You're gonna have to send it to me. I don't even know where that came from.
Man, I told you, man. I told you I'll be out here working, man. I do some research.
I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that, and but you can see him and Michael use my tape, Stitch Preview, right? Yep. So, but Jonathan. So the first time I rapped Jonathan, we're sitting down and like this, and I'm always talking to him and communicating, and that's a beautiful picture right there.
I'm saying you.
We're talking, but Jonathan's not saying much to me, right? And I said, no, what an asshole. I'm thinking to myself, and he finished wrapping his hands, and he wants to get up. I said, no, we always dap and we hug. So we dapped, we hug, but then I realized that Jonathan Majors was in character, and
you're not his cut man. You're with the ops.
I respected him so much on that. He came to me. He's getting ready to go fight, and I'm just after that. every time we cut the wraps off, he wanted me to sign them and autograph them for him. And yeah, so, but tremendous. Not, you know, people are talking about him in the movie, and they're showing his greatness as an actor. Just, you got to see it. You have to see his facial features for the moments that are going on. It's tremendous. Tremendous. Just honored to have been there.
How good is he, man? Because I've heard people talk about this guy. They said this guy is the next big thing in Hollywood. He's going to shake the game up for the next few years. How good is he?
Well, I didn't know him before, but, you know, I spent many times wrapping his hands and talking to him. And I think he's a Yale graduate, you know. And, you know, came from the bad streets of Chicago, I think you know, so we're talking and all that. And, you know, he has a young daughter and, you know, loves her mother. And so we're talking like that. But as an actor, I didn't know how good of an actor he was until I saw the movie. Right? And then, but as a person, yeah, he's a little quiet, you know, but I deal with so many personalities in fighting that I could read every one of them. And you know, at the end of the shoot, he's giving me a hug, also tell me he loves me, you know, so things are pretty good. But he's a good guy.
How many days was the filming, or how many days were you on set?
I was, well, we're in Atlanta for 6 weeks, and then took a little break, and then spent 2 weeks up in the mountains in Southern California, Santa Clarita, up in the mountains. And that's where we did the training scenes. And so 8 weeks altogether for me.
You broke up. You said altogether how long?
8 weeks.
Oh, man. So you was pretty much there for the whole filming of everything.
Well, I did all 3 fights. You know, I worked all 3 fights and the training that he did. And, you know, so I'm expanding my territory a little bit more and more. Yeah, so it's cool.
Yeah. You got a question from the chat. My man the Adrien, he says, can you ask him what fight gave him the most goosebumps? Like, I can't believe I'm here type moment.
Man, I've been blessed. There's many of them, but the last one that I worked with, Vladimir Klitschko, when he fought Anthony Joshua, 90,000 people, Wembley Stadium, right? Yes. And it was so loud that it buzzed, and the fight was so good that, well, let me go back and tell you why that was a special moment.
Take your time.
I didn't see Vladimir till Friday at the weigh-in because my daughter had gotten married in Crete. Thursday after the wedding, I flew to London. So I saw him and Vitaly Friday at the weigh-ins. So I'm talking to him, and finally at the end, I put my hand on his shoulder and I said, you know, Vladimir, don't worry about nothing tomorrow. I'm going to take care of you like you're my son. And I leave because I know these guys can't sleep. Even though they're the baddest guys in the planet, they're still babies. So here I am, 90,000 people. We're walking in, and it's just loud. And I mean, 90,000 Brits, I say, are like 150,000 of any other country. They're just that great of fans. So we walk in, and I'm putting the final Vaseline on Vladimir before Michael Buffer does the announcements. And I'm like this, and we're about this far apart, and he says, "You could call me son." And man, that just kind of gave me chills, and it blew my mind. And he was in a great fight, and you know, he calls me after the fights, and he says, "Daddy," you know, he called me daddy. But then months later, I see him in Germany, and I said, "Vladimir," the only thing I said is, "That moment, why?" And he says, "Stitch, there's very few people I trust in my life. You are one of them." So yeah, you know, now him and Vitaly are fighting in Russia. You know, the Russian invasion. But let me also let you hear this, Mark. You're one of the few people that I'm gonna get privilege of listening to this. So when I did the movie, Michael would always come to me as an advisor, right? But I wanted to be an advisor. Michael knew that, like he told the guys that were working the cuts, he was sitting next to me at the premiere. He said, "Yeah, Michael says whatever Stitch says, do." You know. So, but Michael asked me who should give away the WBC belt, and I explained to him the story of Jose Suleiman from Mexico City, and he passed in his son, and so we go through that, and then I see Mauricio, his son, in Dallas when Ugas fought Spence, and I told him the story how we represented the belt. so and so. And
Hold
so
on, you said Ugas. You said you saw him win with Ugas. You was in Ugas corner for that?
yeah.
I gotta go back and watch that. I'm gonna talk to you about that after this. But go ahead.
Yeah. So so Mauricio says, because the Klitschko's, both Vitaly and Vladimir that I work with, were both WBC champions. So we sent him a picture, and I'm gonna let you listen to what Vladimir sent me in response to our relationship together. Here we go. Hold on. Oh, anyway, let me see here.
Take your time.
I went the wrong way. There we go.
My two favorite men, especially Stitch, with whom I spent so much time talking, and he actually saved my career on a lot of different stages. If Stitch wouldn't be in my corner, I would not make the record of 12 years being a champion. So that's so great to see you both, and Stitch is the man.
Not bad, huh?
Hey, man.
Yeah, that's priceless.
Hey, better than the intro I gave you, man. Doggone, that's Vladimir Klitschko.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the relationship I had with him and his brother, and it bothers me that, because Vitaly's the mayor of Kiev, and so it's Zelensky, the president, Vitaly, and then Vladimir's the face that he goes and speaks to other countries and all that, and people. So they're right in the mix of the war, and they were family, and to hear that coming from him during the times of war means a lot.
Yeah, man. What's going on over there in that country, man, with Russia, man? It's messed up, man. It's really messed up, man. That's really messed up. My thoughts and prayers are with the people of Ukraine. To be honest.
Yeah, it's not even fair. It's not right. To invade somebody's country and kill people because you want land, it's not the right way. Especially in this time of our life, the years, it's we should be going forward.
Right. Unfortunately, man. But like I said, my thoughts and prayers are with them. Have you talked to anybody? Because you work with a lot of fighters all over the world. Have you talked to anybody about that yet? Anybody over there other than him?
What?
Have you talked to any of the guys over there that you work with from Ukraine? Have you talked to them about the war?
In fact, last Saturday when Shea Mosley Jr. fought, I worked with this young Russian kid or Ukrainian kid that looked like Vladimir Klitschko. Was 6'8", tall, made his pro debut, knocked the guy out in the first round. But Lomachenko's there also in the audience, right? Well, the wrist wrap that I use where I put my swabs that go in the cuts, they're here. I had one made with the Ukrainian colors, and I wear that. I'll wear that until the war ends. But I showed it to Lomachenko. I went like this, and I said, it's from my heart to you guys. So they understood.
Nonito Donaire is in the building. You know Nonito Donaire. He says, me and my wife give our regards.
My man. No, I was just talking about him yesterday. This guy came to work on my washer, the Filipino, and the first thing they asked, do you know Pacquiao? Do you know Nonito? I said, well, I know them both, So I love these people, man. Good people. They're, we're all from the Bay Area. I knew him when he was young. Him and his brother and his dad.
Really? Give me a story. Give me a story that you remember about a young Nonito Donaire.
Oh, they're young. I mean, what can I say? They were just good fighters. Him and his brother Glenn. I remember the father would always take them, and because I moved to Fairfield, and they went up there. They always followed, like farm workers. We always followed the crops, but they always went to where the sparring was at. And I remember they were fighting. Last time I saw them as a family was in Sacramento. We went to some fights at one of the small little hotels there. And, but yeah, Nonito's here in town, so I see him. I saw him the other day at the gym.
Oh, yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. My guy, man.
Yeah,
My guy. Yeah, him and his wife, good people. So talk to us, man. You was in Ugas corner when he fought Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah.
That was a rough fight right there. The guy took a lot of punishment.
He did. He broke his cheekbone.
So it was a cheekbone broker, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, you're a cut man. When you got broken bones like that, what can you do to
You know, are you talking about during the fight or after?
Yeah,
the
during the fight. Like, what can you do to try to give him one more round, as you would say?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, the only thing you can do, because basically you have 50 seconds. That's a good question. Is just ice it down, and you know his adrenaline's kind of taking some of that pain away. You know, if when you put the ice pack on it, it's basically so that the swelling doesn't get any bigger than that. You're not gonna make it any better. You just might make it feel a little bit better, but maintaining the swelling on a broken cheekbone is your best bet.
Mm. When you think back to that fight, man, I think back to that fight. I thought Ugas was gave a good account of himself until he didn't. You know, it seemed like it was just Spence was strategically breaking him down. But I wish him nothing but the best. Are you still working with Ugas in his upcoming whenever he comes back?
Yeah, you know, Robesi, I work with Salas, Ishmael Salas, that trains a lot of the top Cuban fighters, plus other guys, Joe Joyce and all that. So whenever his fighters fight at the high level, I usually work with them, yes.
Okay, now somebody else who's in this movie, a rival of Errol Spence, my guy, Terence Bud Crawford. Now, Terence Crawford is going to play Lorenzo Nightmare Jones in this film. Terence Crawford,
I didn't know that was his name.
his name Lorenzo Nightmare Jones.
Oh, I love it.
I remember that because my father's name is Lorenzo, so that was easy for me to remember.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I know he always wraps his own hands when he's about to fight, when he's sparring. Did you wrap his hands in the film?
No, he didn't need to. You know, they did fake gym work. You know, so no, he wasn't in an actual real fight. He's he's padding out, he wrapped his own hands. You know, but you're not seeing those segments, so it wasn't important for me to do that. But hey, you know what? He's a natural actor, and they filmed a lot more of him than they showed. And but I have footage of him showing Michael B. Jordan going through the techniques, you know, in the gym. Right?
I need that, Stitch. I need that exclusive, man. Send that to me. I need just a little piece to put on the channel just to make the haters mad.
I can do that, yeah. So he did a good job. I was real. They all, everybody in that film did a good job. Yahya McClain was a former cruiserweight champ. Used to be Johnny McClain. Now it's Yahya McClain. He's the coach for Jonathan Majors. Tremendous job. Lamont, that was in the corner there with Dame, did a great job. You know, so yeah, good movie.
How is he? Because people say Terence Crawford is like a very stoic type person. How was he around? Because you never worked with him before.
No, I never worked with him before. Yeah, he was happy-go-lucky. You know, I mean, we saw each other at the premiere, and during the filming, and I fall in a different category than a lot of other people because they know that my only job is there to take care of you. You know, so for the personalities open up a little bit easier. But now he's real cool with me.
Okay, cool. So let's get back to the Creed 3 now. They have a new character introducing. This is he's a father now. Adonis Creed is now a father and has a child. The young lady, who's I forget her name, the young actress, but she plays his daughter in that movie. Talk to us about her. How good is she, man? Because from everything I'm hearing about this movie, they say she nails it. Even with the way she signs like they're signing, and a lot of people in the I think it's ALS, the hearing, the deaf community. They said a lot of people are gonna take something special away from that, with how great she is as well. Talk to us about the surrounding cast.
Yes, I will. And Mila did a great job. But the whole family are deaf, so they all use, except I think one daughter, so they all use sign language. But the father, as soon as I met him the first time, he remembered me when I was in the UFC. Big fan. So through an interpreter, sign language interpreter, they're telling me, and she just, she molded into the Creed family real nice. And let me add that this movie, I think it's, they're using subtitles, which really I think is a great idea, because now you're supporting the situation with, deaf people. So you're opening up that category, which I thought it was a smart idea. and also is Michael did a good job in thinking, you know what, let's put subtitles because we do have a young lady that's there, and there's other people that are going to be watching it. Let them read the storyline. And
so the whole movie is going to have
subtitles. Yes. I forgot to tell you that. Yes. Smart.
The whole movie is going to have subtitles, or not just.
It has subtitles.
Okay.
Yeah. It has subtitles. So let me add also now, I was wrapping Michael's hands and during the filming, and he gets a phone call and he has a speakerphone on, and it's Denzel Washington. Nothing, oh shit, Denzel, So they're talking and all that. Denzel asked Michael, I'll show you how smart these guys are. Asked Michael, when is the movie coming out? So originally it was going to come out November the 23rd. And Michael says, traditionally, I didn't know this, the Rocky and Creed movies have come out during Thanksgiving weekend. Black Panther was going to come out November the 11th. So I'm telling people that's coming out on the 23rd. And I see Michael, they're getting beat footage of the audience when Ryan Garcia's fighting, I think Javante Davis fighting somebody. And Michael's in the ring and he's telling the fans, all right, well, in this scene, so-and-so, go ahead and boo, whatever the situation was. And then at the end, he says, all right, we'll see you guys 3-3-23. And I said, what? So I said, what? I'm telling people. And then I see him when we're in Santa Clarita. I said, what was that, Mike? But I love the 3-3-23. That made everybody's talking about the movie. Everybody.
Yeah. It's Creed 3. It's on 3-3-23. Okay.
Ingenious.
Yeah, marketing.
But subtitles, and not only that, now I'll give you a triple marketing. I told Michael as I'm wrapping his hands, and I said, I noticed right off the bat. I said, Michael, this is the first major Hollywood movie where you're highlighting Mexican fighters. You had Jose Benavides, which is Felix, in the movie, and then you had Canelo. Yeah. And
Canelo's my guy, man.
Yeah, and I'm Mexican, So there's three of us, right? But seriously, Jose Benavides did a tremendous job playing a Mexican warrior, and the entrance that he came out with was phenomenal. And you're gonna love it, man. I tell you, you might cry, you'll definitely laugh, and you'll definitely jump up and cheer.
Who gonna cry? Not me.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. I ain't crying.
I
might cry in the car though. I might cry in the car.
Well, next time we talk, I'll ask you that question.
Yes, man. I'm gonna look forward to
at least a little tear in your eye.
Yeah, a little bit. A little thug tear. A little thug tear right there.
Yes.
I don't want to take too much more of your time because I want you to come back sooner than later. I want you to come back after people seen the movie. Come back in a couple of weeks and we can chop it up. What events are you going to be working soon? Cause I know you working pretty much all the time. Showtime just released their new card. I'm gonna see if I can put that on the screen. Who are you working with off of this card? Let me see. I'm gonna put this I'm gonna find a screenshot of it real quick. Who you working with coming up? Are you anyone with Benavides Plant card?
Yeah, I'm working with Kelly Plant. And
so
the week before I'm in Tulsa with Top Rank, and then I got Caleb Plant, and then I think Shakir and Jared Anderson in New York on the 1st, and I gotta look at my schedules. But I'm booked out like the May 15th.
They're busy.
Yeah. Hey man, I tell you how life. I mean, I'm blessed, thank God. Like Dave, they called me to work with Jake Paul. They had asked me to work with Badu Jack and Kason Mason in Saudi Arabia. So I was going to go to Saudi Arabia, and then they asked me to work with Jake Paul. But they changed the fight from Badu Jack to the same day as Jake Paul on the same card. And I couldn't do it because of the premiere. So I turned down a Jake Paul fight.
That's a lot of exposure.
Next time.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Jake Paul as a fighter?
100% I like him. He's legit. And he's good enough to be a fighter, 100%. But he's a master of marketing. And and that you got to applaud him for. But he can back it up. You know, the thing about it, he can talk all he wants, and he does a good job. But you know what I like about Jake Paul also is he's working on trying to get fighter association, insurance, that type of things. You know, behind the scenes, he's kind of a voice for that, and I'm working on things like that also. So there's a bunch of people on the sides that are trying to put a program together where all people in combat sports are protected one way or the other.
Now, when you say that, are you talking about, for lack of better words, like a union?
Yeah, a union's kind of hard because everybody's independent contractors, but it's all in the definition. You could call it an association, right? It's the same shit. If you got somebody that's giving you legal advice, if you got somebody that's giving you medical, whether you call it association or union, but the bottom line, yes, it's that kind of format where there's an organization that you as a fighter will be able to go for advice one way or the other. Very simple things. And years ago I put a documentary together and people had solutions for all these problems we have now. That was like 23 years ago. And Mark Ratner, that's now with the UFC, was the head of the commission here in Las Vegas. Very simply, he says, get 10, 15 cents from each pay-per-view and put it into a kitty to, let's say you in the gym, you break your hand, you don't have insurance. Well, this will cover your insurance, you had guys like Mike Tyson that said, look at, this was during that time. Look at me, Lennox Lewis, Holyfield, Oscar De La Hoya. He goes, look at us. He goes, we don't need this money. Give some of this money to them. We're okay. So there's solutions to everything, but nobody's ever done anything. And now there's a little bit more of a movement than there was before.
Do you think that's by design that fighters aren't protected?
Yes, 100%. The least one simple thing right here, Mark, is, with you as a manager, you as a fighter, and fighters don't really understand that the maximum a manager could take is 33 1/3% of your purse for whatever he does. But if all you're doing is
the promoter, you said the manager or the promoter?
A manager. Okay. The manager is going to manage you. All right. The maximum he can take is 33 1/3%. But fighters don't know that. Anywhere from 1% to 33 1/3. All right. So, fighters don't know that, and they'll sign into contracts for 33 1/3%. So that's okay if a manager is going to invest in you and pay for your rent, for your car, as you're building your record up so that he could get compensated down the road. That I could understand. But if you're just making a phone call and doing this and getting 33 1/3% of this fighter, it's not fair. You could have an agent for that. So if that was the case, then this organization could be your agent. And then that 10% would go towards the kitty that is being built up. You see what I'm saying? And then if you automatically get your license with the Association of Boxing Commissions, then you're automatically entitled to those benefits. Very simple.
Who are you working with to put this together, Stitch? This is amazing. This is something I've been talking with Rachel Donaire about. I think I talked to Christy Martin about this last week. Franchon Cruz, Duran, Christine, everybody. We talked about this, and I was like, these fighters are not protected. Everybody else has protection, the commission, the management, but the fighters don't really have a lot of protection.
Yeah, no, it's just, and let me add my daughter Carla. I'm so proud of her, and Rose Gracie, one of the Gracie daughters, and this other guy Eric. They created a program. So, because keep in mind, none of us coaches, cutmen, none of us have to be certified to be called professionals. None of us, right? So we learn in the streets, and we learn at the sake of the fighter. But they created a questionnaire, so when you get your license, you understand a little bit more about CTE. And the questions are very simple. Can you get a brain concussion in sparring? Yes, true or false? Yes or no? Yeah, you can. Can you get a brain concussion through, so and so? Yes, dehydration. So and so. So those are questions you're going to ask when you get your license. So at least you know a little bit more than you knew before you got your license. So they started that, and the whole Association of Boxing Commission has accepted that into their getting licensed. So slowly but surely, but send me your email. Like say this documentary I put together 23 years ago. I hadn't seen it in 15, 16, 18 years. And the reason I watched it about 2 months ago is because this young director that helped me put it together, that just graduated from AFI, the American Film Institute. He was 23 years old, John Bartels. Well, he OD'd a couple months ago. And it broke my heart. Yeah, it just broke my heart so much that I looked at this tape and everybody that's in it are all legends. And 23 years ago, we brought up all these issues. But I want to send you this documentary so you could see it, and maybe we could sit back and we could discuss these issues. But so here's what we got. For the boxers, I got Mike Tyson. I interviewed Mike Tyson for this document. The documentary is called Boxer's Nightmare. I interviewed Mike a week before he got his tattoo, but it's still Mike Tyson. But Mike gave me some great, he's quoting Nietzsche, so I got Mike Tyson, Fernando Vargas when he was fighting Trinidad, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, all Hall of Famers, right? Referees, Joe Cortez, Richard Steele, Mills Lane, all Hall of Famers.
All great.
Coaches, I got Emmanuel Stewart, Cutman, Chuck Bodak, Miguel Diaz, So all these guys came forward and responded to the questions I asked pertaining to the whole ball of wax that's going on. I think you'll like it. And we did it on a zero budget, bro. And nobody turned us down. So it lets you know that 23 years ago, I've always been fighting for the rights of fighters, and when the UFC let me go, it's because I spoke up about unfair practices how they were treating the fighters and even the cutmen by taking sponsors away.
Speaking of that, when the last time you talked to your good friend Dana White?
When last time he fired me? Even before that, because he never called me. That's when I told my friend Mark, I said, you tell Dana that he ain't got no balls, that he should have called me since he's the one that brought me in.
I know that's right.
Hey, but I tell you what, Mark, people all over the world still stop me. I had a guy today, I was at Home Depot, and, hey, man, aren't you from the UFC? Because they show reruns, you can't get rid of me. And but people till this day still stop me and congratulate me for speaking up and doing the right thing. And just during the COVID, in the bubble, we did shows here at the MGM for Top Rank. One of the coaches, Luis Doria, that trained Anderson Silva, a lot of the great Brazilian fighters, had a Brazilian boxer. And we're in the bubble at the MGM, and he comes up to me during lunch, and I hadn't seen Luis in 8 years. But he says, with his tray in hand, he says, Stitch, he said, we, the coaches, the fighters, we thank you for speaking up because we couldn't. Bro, that said it all. That said everything I wanted to hear. He said it right there. We thank you for speaking up because we couldn't. We, the coaches, the fighters, never forget those words. We, the coaches, the fighters, thank you.
Yeah, because she was on the right side of right. He
100%.
was on the right side with that.
Fighters were making $50,000, $100,000 a fight on free money on sponsors. I was making bank on sponsors. They took them all the way because they went exclusive with Reebok. And but I did the right thing and it paid off.
Okay. 2 questions from the chat. Michael James 616. He said, "Where can they see that documentary you just spoke on?"
You know what? There's John before he passed. I don't know why he did it. He put it on YouTube. But somebody says that you gotta have the. I tell you what, I'm gonna send it to you. I want you to look at it. This young man, you can put it on there. I guess you have to go through that HTT. I told you I ain't good at this shit, but I'm good at what I do, right? But
yes, sir.
I'll send it to you, Mark. I'm gonna let you be. If you could be the guide to this, I'll give you that documentary, let you look at it, and you could let this man know where he could go and see it.
Okay, absolutely.
Fair enough.
Yes, sir. Fair enough. Pittsburgh T, he said there will not look at him, he sounds defeated already, Stitch. He said there will not be any union. Let me give him the voice. He was like, here we go. He sounds negative.
There will not be any union without current big star fighters willing to strike and miss
I'm joking, Pittsburgh T. But he said they're gonna strike and miss. They're gonna strike and miss money. Does Stitch see that happening, or are we moving the needle at all? When you was talking about the association.
No, that's Pittsburgh too. That's a very good question, right? But no, it doesn't have to come from these guys. It comes from, I tell you, if you set up an association and these guys are paying these pay-per-view numbers, some of that money, and it has to be an agreement on them. They don't have to do it, but if you want to come forward and say, you know what, let's start building up a better program. Every time we have let's say the UFC, every time we have a pay-per-view, let's donate 25 cents of each pay-per-view to the AB Association of Boxing Commission Fighter Safety Program, right? And very simple. You just do that, and like say, then you have a console there for, let's say you're a young fighter and you want to get some information on management. You go to them, or they represent you for a fight. Then they charge you 10%. Well, that 10% goes into that same kitty. So you start building a program up and then knowledge. And it's going to take time and it's going to take people to get involved. But and Pittsburgh T, that's a good point, because those same issues that are happening now in all combat sports. Now you got to. Then it was only boxing, but now MMA's come around and so all combat sports. But it's been going on forever, bro. So the nut has to be cracked somewhere.
Okay, OTB Boxing School, TWT hashtag. That's the winning team. He says, Stitch, what trainer do you enjoy being in the corner with the most, past or present?
Emmanuel Stewart, and we were just talking about it with Caleb Plant yesterday and Redman. When Vladimir Klitschko fought Samuel Peters, he got dropped 3 times. You don't win a fight, you get dropped 3 times. But Emmanuel Stewart was such a master at giving the proper instructions with the proper tone of voice at the proper time. Vladimir went out there and won the fight. So that's a fight I'll never forget.
You said the proper advice with the proper tone. Talk to us about the importance of the tone, delivery. I've seen some guys just straight up slap the guy in the corner, slap him. And then I was hearing Errol Spence tweet. He said, "Man, I'm sorry, man. And Pops ain't gonna slap me in the corner like that." But some guys, they wakes them up and they go out there and do something. I'm like, he already getting punched for 3 minutes. Now you slapping him for 50 seconds in the corner. Yeah. One guy got slapped like this. He got slapped, backhand, slap, backhand again. And it was his father. I think who was that fighting? Oh man, I gotta go back and find it. But yeah, his father was slapping him backhand. Pow, pow, pow.
That's the stupidest thing ever. Stupid. But you know what? And it goes back to this, Mark, where none of us have to be certified to be called professional. and the thing about it is they watch other people do it, and they'll do it. Now, okay, so I'll give you a little hint on the movie, because it's some people have already seen it in some areas. In Damien's corner, the trainer gets the sponge and with water, and he shoots it into his face, right? I would never do it, because what if your eyes are open, what if I get those droplets hitting into your eyes? Then it's going to affect you. But there's no value to it. So, but my point is, you watch more guys on TV doing this because they saw it in the Creed movie.
Y'all setting bad precedents.
Yeah.
Who's the technical advisor on the scene to make sure that, when you guys are doing a movie, saying, "Hey, that's not how it's done. It's really done like that. We don't do that in boxing." Like, who's the technical advisor on the scene?
Well, they came to me for a lot of advice, and I told Michael and I told Ryan before, is if I see something, I said, "You're representing my sport. If I see something that's not proper, I'm going to bring it up to your attention." And they opened, their arms were open. And I told Ryan Coogler at the premiere of that the other day, I said, "Yeah, I remember you were sitting down with your family having dinner, and I came up and told you." Well, he introduced me to his family in front of his family. I said, "Yeah, hey, listen, you don't do things right, I'm gonna put them in check." So basically, we had some good people, that were working with them, but for the in-depth, even like the reporters, what they do, and the referee and the timekeepers, the doctor. I know when in Creed 2, when one of the guys, I just walked into the set my first day, and guy gets knocked out in the movie, and the doctor picks his head up, and with the light, I said, no, you can't pick his head up because you don't know what kind of injury he has. So they reshot it, with his head down. So little things like that. The Russian, when Drago fought, you noticed the gloves are black, but they were all wrinkled, because he's an actor. They were all wrinkled, and I looked at him and I said, nah. I made him pull them back, and I taped them. I put the sleeves over that, and they're skin tight. Little things like that we look at.
Not to pocket watch a little bit, but usually technical advisor, that's a second check. Like, did they book? Are you technical advisor on, or you just did that for the love and you just?
I did that because I want my shit to look good. No. Listen, I'm part of the project, and the money comes in so many different other ways that it's a blessing. No, of course, I wouldn't have it any other way. I want my stuff. I want that stuff to look good, and it does.
Pittsburgh T said, "What's the best part about being a cut man? What's the best thing about being?"
That's a good question. I gotta meet Pittsburgh T, man. The thing is, well, like Vladimir Klitschko, and I work with so many of these great fighters, and even though I know they're gladiators, we all know they're gladiators. Deep inside, they're all babies, and my job is to take care of that baby. And when these guys hug you and give you a kiss and tell you they love you, that's the best part of being a cut man, is knowing that they know that I'm there to take care of them.
Boxing is very tribal. You ever work with a guy or a guy didn't want to work with you because of you work with his rival or something like that?
No, never. These guys know because we were accustomed to that through the whole 15 years I was with the UFC. I could work with you. Vitor Belfort said it best. He says, when I see Stitch walking into the dressing room, even though I know he's working with the other team or the other fighter, he brings that calming effect, and they know it's the look of the draw, whoever asks first, but it happens all the time.
Do you still do anything with Bellator? I think you was working with them at one time after you left UFC,
right? Scott Coker, I knew Scott Coker way before Bellator, before Strikeforce, when I had my school of kickboxing. My fighters used to fight under his card, and he gave me all access, all carte blanche. And but I left because there was this program that started here at the Rio, and it never panned out. And then the COVID kicked in, and then Dave Feldman from Bare Knuckle Fights called me, and Top Rank called me, and so I've been doing all boxing, and but yeah, I know if I ask Scott, hey man, I'm back, he'd bring me back in, but there's so many things that I'm doing right now, and working with Top Rank is pretty good, so everything I've been doing has been boxing right now.
Hey, Jose Gomez, my brother Jose, he said, hey Stitch, are you related to Edward James Olmos?
Yeah, bro, I get that. I get that all the time. When Spence fought Ugas in Dallas, I did a show in San Antonio. Shit, bro, half the Mexicans thought I was Edward James Olmos. So I know Edward James Olmos. I always wanted to meet him, and I knew he was going to be at a UFC show because him and Anderson Silva were going to do a movie together. So I'm in the back. I'm wrapping the fighter's hands, and one of the UFC staff says, "Hey, Edward James Olmos wants to meet you." And I said, "Man, all right." I finished wrapping hands. I walked down the hall, and I turned, and we look at each other like I'm looking at you. And we start laughing. Same shit, And so we talk and all that, and I sent him a message down the road. I said, it's nice when people will stop me and they want my picture and they want my autograph. Then they think I'm you. And he says, well, people call me Stitch all the time, So, but in ending to that is we're doing the second Creed and the first Creed. And Sylvester Stallone has his friend. Yeah, here we go. Sylvester Stallone has his friend, Frank, and we're on break and we're talking to the makeup people. And Frank is saying, oh, yeah, Stitch is the best cut man and so, and just kind of building me up. And then he says, oh, yeah, he looks like Adrien almost. And about that quick, Sylvester Stallone has his arms crossed, and he says, "Huh, more like Adrien's almost." And what a way to get slapped by, So yeah, so he slammed me, but God, I'm glad it was him.
Yeah.
So Adrien's almost, yeah, that was great.
He said, "Did Crawford, Majors, or Mike B do the sleeping?" I don't know what you mean by the sleeping. I don't know what you mean. Hey, look, gotta ask you about this. Ryan Coogler, you got shot here in Atlanta. He was unlawfully and illegally detained during that filming. He went to the bank to get some money out. Was treated very unfairly. They called the police on the man. For those who don't know the backstory, he was getting a large sum of money out, and he basically slid the cashier a note, basically saying, "Don't count the money out loud. I'm walking out of here with thousands of dollars in cash. I don't want you to 13,000, 14,000, 50. Like, no, don't do that. Just hand me my money. Just count it right there, put it in a bag, and then the lady called the police on him. Black lady too. Put a case on him. How did that affect? How was his energy? What was the energy around the when he came back? What was the environment like? Because I'm sure he was upset. I saw his interview, and he was definitely treated unfairly. What's your take on that? And how was the environment around the set?
Yeah, he was doing Black Panther. We were there filming Creed, so I didn't see Ryan. I saw his wife Zingy.
He's a writer on that though, so he didn't stick around for that. I thought he was one of the writers, so he doesn't sit there and be like, "Make sure y'all doing this shit right."
That would have been nice to see him, but it would have pissed me off. I saw the video and I saw, he stayed cool, calm, and collected, and he ended up being the best of everything at the end. Kept his composure and let him know. But it's a shame.
Yeah. I'm gonna rapid fire some of these and I'm gonna let you go because, like I said, man, I don't want to keep you too long because I don't want you to say I'm not coming back. Every time I talk to this guy, it's too long. Let me see. They said, "Hey Stitch." They said, at what point did you embrace that nickname, Stitch?
Here's what happened: is I had a school of kickboxing, right? And I used to work with a heavyweight champion of the world at that time, Dennis Alexio. He was the brother in the movie Kickboxer in the wheelchair, and a great athlete. And so his sparring partner, Dave Rooney, we fought on the same card, and Dave Rooney ended up with a small cut. And at that point, I was making the transition into being a cut man. And like I say, nobody would teach you. They thought it was a secret. And one guy told me, "F you, I'm taking this to my grave. And you got to learn like me, right?" And so I just, through vision, that's how we learned. But guys would get tape and make little pieces of and butterfly and close it. So I did that, closed the cut, and he said, "Oh, I don't have to go to the hospital. You can save me some stitches. I'm gonna call you Stitch." So his name is Dave Rooney. Last time I had heard that he was a fisherman in Alaska. But then one of my fighters called me out of the blue about a month ago just to tell me, there's like 30, 40 years that, when I had my school of kickboxing, that, "Man, I love you and you just made a big difference in my life. And, you're like my mom and dad." And because his name was Mike Duran with an O-R-A-N, and he was black. My wife is black. So people would see him and thought that he was our son. And we treated him like he was our son. But he called out of the blue and said, "I just want to let you know that, I love you guys," and all that, which was nice. But then he told me that Dave Rooney now is chartering boats off the San Francisco Bay Area. So when I go back to the Bay Area, I got to look at him up. And I don't even know if he knows how he changed my life by my name, Stitch. In the documentary that Michael did, they showed me a little clip. The interview, Michael saying, "Yeah, Stitch is wrapping my hands." And all of a sudden he says, "Michael, do you know what my real name is?" And he says, "Stitch." I said, No. Do you know my real name? Now, this is Creed 3, bro. If you don't know my name by now, right? Michael, no, my real name. He says, "No." He says, "Hey, anybody know Stitch's real name?" "No, because nobody knew your real name." "What is it?" "It's Jacob." "Oh, man, you don't look like a Jacob." So, yeah. So that's, yeah.
What was your nickname before you were Stitch, though?
It's Jacob Duran.
You didn't have a nickname. You was just Jake. Jacob Duran.
Yeah, Jacob Duran.
No nickname. Okay.
No, nicknames are given to you. You don't put them on yourself. There's something that's like a badge of honor that they're given to you, and you got to have a storyline. No, that was Jacob Duran.
What advice would you give someone? Porto want to know. This is my boy Porto Strong. He said, and he's a California guy too. He said, what advice would you give cut man?
It's and I get that request all the time, and I guess the best way to answer it is you got to spend hours and days and weeks and months and years in the gym, working as a fighter, training like a fighter, helping them out, donating your time, learn how to wrap hands by example, and let them get your confidence, build the confidence up that they know you can handle it, and you start working corners and start learning cuts and swelling and medications and all that. So, but I got a message today. The guy's a nurse, and everybody wants to be a cut man, paramedics, EMTs, doctors, but you got to understand the mentality of these fighters, and then what you could do in 50 seconds based on the type of cuts or the type of swelling or anything, stopping the fight. You got to know what's going on for you to stop a fight. And I did that with Andre Durant. When he fought Eskedigi, he was taking shots that were I consider long-term damage, where down the road you might get dementia pugilistica. And looking at the doctors, and they're talking, and I get in the ring and I ask him, I said, the doctors are thinking of stopping the fight. Do you want to continue? And he goes, and I stopped the fight. No. And Virgil Hunter's the coach, and the grandfather, no, one more round. I said, nope. Once you say no, you're done. And I'm not going to let him go out there. Next day.
I'm sorry. Stopped the fight a couple weeks ago. I was watching it, and you was in the corner, and I think the dad was trying to get the guy to go back out there, and they was like, wisely, veteran cutman Stitch Duran said he's done. The guy was
yes. That was a top rank fight.
Yeah,
that was this young man hurt his leg when he and I could tell the way he walked back to the corner. Not that he was hurt up here, that he was hurt in the bottom. And once you lose your mobility, and he got dropped, so he got hurt, right? But what's going to make it worse is that he wouldn't be able to protect himself because he didn't have no balance or no power in his leg. His leg was hurt, and that's why I said no. I read that, I saw that, the body language, but that's the experience you get knowing these fighters, and when they do it, and like Anthony Durrell, the next day, him and his wife called me and thanked me in the morning, 8 in the morning, and says thanks because I just didn't have it. So those are the things you have to. The only way you're going to learn those is by going through those moments and feeling, leg checks and getting punched but wrapping hands, takes time.
You ever lost a fighter, somebody you was working with, and they died after the fight due to injuries?
Yes, yeah. I worked with 3 fighters I've known that have passed away. Johnny Montanez fought. In fact, in this documentary I'm sending you, James Creighton that I worked with was talking about the death of Johnny Montanez because he fought him, and Johnny Montanez he moved from I think Minnesota or Michigan to Las Vegas to box. A good guy, and the fights were here at the Orleans, and he just laid in the ring, and you just see him, and he ended up passing away, and a couple other guys that I knew that were in the game that passed away.
Sorry to hear that. Okay. Oh, this will be the last one from the chat. OTB, I guess you had said something about somebody going to sleep on set. Did somebody get knocked out on the set, or what are we talking about with some? I missed that part.
No, nobody got. Well, no. In the first movie, Michael B kind of got cracked in the phone.
That was true. I heard it was fake.
Yeah, and he got dropped pretty good, and that's when he yelled out, "Sting!" He got cause they're doing this one, they're setting it up, and bam, they'll flip them. These guys, they're not they're actors. They're not used to getting cracked. And he went down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna hold you up too much longer. I just sent you those pictures. And I can send you the link where I got that from too, so you can see yourself on camera during that interview, and you can do something with that, if you like. But I already screenshotted that and sent it to you, and I'll text you my email so you can send me that documentary. I want to watch it and cover it. But
it's an hour and 8 minutes long. The first 20 seconds is blank, so give it that time to get reeled up. But yeah, you'll recognize everybody there, man. They're all legends, and Mike Tyson will blow your mind. He gave me some good stuff.
And you are a legend yourself, man. Like, how do you feel about that when people say, hey, man, you're a living legend? Like, man, when people think of cut, man, or you Google the world's best cut, man, your face pop up. Like, how is that, man? What is it surreal? Because you come from very humble beginnings. If we ate it, you picked it, so man, you've been around, man.
It's overrated. It's overrated, bro. It's nice to get those compliments. And, I guess I'm blessed to be able to do what I do at the high level and be consistent. That's what makes me happy is that, there's certain heights you want to reach. And in Spanish, I always say in the documentary, you'll see is we're just apenas me ando calentando. I'm just warming up. So there's more ladders, more steps for me to take, and I just keep going forward. But yeah, titles like that and all that, I don't know, they don't do much for me.
Well, I appreciate you, and you are a living legend, and you are a fan favorite guest, man. Hey, look, do they put Cutman in the Hall of Fame? You think they're gonna be able to put you in the Hall of Fame? Why you can't get up in there? They got Rocky in there. For the character, why we can't get Hall of Fame cut, man, Stitch Duran in there? What we got to do to get that done?
Man, what's that do? I'm just saying, que sera, sera. I'm glad just to have stories. Being Hall of Fame, that's just the title.
I'm gonna make some calls, Stitch.
Shit!
I'm gonna make some damn calls. I'm gonna make some damn calls. They got matchmakers in there. They got characters from movies in there. Yeah. Promoters in there, trainers, managers. Why we can't get a Hall of Fame cut man in there? Stitch Durant. I'm gonna make some calls, damn it.
Oh my man, be my agent, but don't take 33 1/3%.
Never hoid of it. Never hoid of it. All right, man. Before we go out, as always, man, I gotta see if I can get a drop from you. It's Jacob Stitch Duran, and you're watching Breaking Beats with Martin Nash. Let me get one of those for you.
Yeah, of course. It's Jacob Stitch Duran. You're watching Breaking Beats. Is that right?
With Mark Nash. See, you got to do it again, man. See, I thought you was Hollywood Duran now.
I'm not an actor, bro. I can't act. All right. This is Jacob Stitch Duran, and you're watching Breaking Beats with my man, Mark Nash.
Absolutely. Thank you, my brother. I'll talk to you soon.
God bless, man. Anytime.
Thank you, man. I'm going to be in touch sooner than later. I promise.
Yeah, check out that film and let me know. I'll get it to you.
Send it to me.
Yeah, I will.
All right, peace. Thank you. Good night. Shout out to Jacob Stitch Duran. We dropped the link out there. We can chop it up. Let y'all pull up. We're going to chop it up about some boxing. The Showtime schedule. Y'all can tell me what y'all thought of the interview. Things of that nature. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed it. Had some technical difficulties not getting them on yesterday, but his beautiful wife was able to help him out today. He said, man, I ain't good with this technical shit, man. He said, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Can we do it tomorrow? And as promised, he kept his word, pulled up and did his thing. Absolutely a Hall of Famer. He deserved to be in that Hall of Fame, man. Yeah, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, man. What y'all think? Stitch Duran, come on. Been around, man. Seen a lot of teams. Open the phone lines up. We're going to chop it up about some boxing and some other news. Sir Senior, what up, bro?
What's up, bro?
What's poppin'?
Oh, most definitely, man. It was a great interview as always, man.
Yeah, man. Good shit.
I didn't know that he didn't have a I learned something new. You learn something new every time, man. You bring him on. I didn't know he didn't have a a nickname before that. But I do understand, like, old school cats definitely, they don't make up their own nickname. They definitely let somebody else give him a nickname, especially means more.
You definitely named yourself Cooking with Sir Senior. And Puto named himself Puto. Gonzarian, you named yourself that. Let me see who else named it. Texas Rob, you named yourself that. Let me see who else got their own nick. Champion Heart, you called yourself that. Rubes,
actually, I didn't name myself Cooking with Sir Senior.
I'm joking. I'm just teasing.
But I probably should have,
Yeah. What's up, Puto? What's up, bro? How you feel?
What up, fellas? What up? I'm doing all right. How about yourselves?
I'm good, man. Mexican takeover over here.
Right. Thank you for asking the question, though, Mark. Appreciate it.
Man, no problem, man. Good question. I think this is like my fourth interview with Stitch. One time it was in Atlanta, but it wasn't on. It was on camera, but it wasn't like somebody was holding the camera for me, but it was like too far away, so you couldn't really hear what I was asking him. But it was real brief, but you could see me talking to him, and we took the picture and all of that. So I reached out to him later on once I actually started doing the show. And this is his third time being on the show. And like I said, man, he's gonna be back sooner than later. After I watch the movie, probably hit him back up before the big fights that he's gonna be doing. I'm gonna try to get him back on again. It's just, I don't want to bother him, man. When somebody's saying, yeah, man, anytime, they don't really mean that all the time. They be like, bro, again, I'm gonna block your number. You keep calling me. Like Rachel. I don't even want to call Rachel and no need to bother them. They be like, man, call me anytime. I was like, man, it's 3 a.m. I started to call you. She's like, you should have called. We was up. I was like, it was only midnight our time. You should have called. I was like, man, I ain't want to bother y'all. But he's super solid though, man. Good dude. And I really appreciate him. Thank God for him. Took a chance on me early on when I was getting started. I think probably been one of my first interviews. Not the first, but like one of the very first ones that I reached out and got the interview myself. So I'm excited to talk to him every time. He always got a good story, man. And you can tell he's genuine. It don't seem like he's trying to sugarcoat anything. He always told me, man, you can ask whatever you want to ask. I just decided if I'm gonna answer it or not. Because I used to start the interview off behind the scenes, and I was like, look, anything you don't want to not talk about, let me know. Blah blah blah. You could just say this question. He said, man, ask whatever you want to ask. That's how you're gonna get to the top. Just ask those questions. Be you. Be natural. He said, we got some history. I was like, what? We do got some history. You remember me from Atlanta? He was like, yeah, man. I went and did the interview. I'm sharp. He's still sharp too. You can tell he's still sharp. Got a lot of his wits about him. Yep. All right, y'all want to get into some boxing talk? Y'all see the Showtime schedule?
I did.
Man, let me post this and send it to myself. We got to talk about this. What y'all think of the Showtime schedule? Love it? Hate it? Excited about it? Or
it just confirms Ryan and Tank more, so I was happy with it.
Yeah, most definitely. That was one of the best things that was on it.
Facts.
Hold on, let me say something. Let me put this on my community tab, and I want y'all to, so I can share it on the screen.
I'm trying to remember the other fights, to be honest.
I got you, bro. I'm gonna share the screen real quick so y'all can know what I mean when I say these things. Man, that was a good interview, man. I really enjoyed talking to Stitch, man. I didn't know his wife was black though. Why you bullshit? I didn't even know that. I learned something new myself. Like, man, you got a sister over there? No wonder he's so laid back.
Yeah, I learned that on another channel.
Fuck that other channel. No, I'm joking. All right, so let me share the screen. And I hope I get that Terence Crawford footage behind the scene where he worked with Michael B. Jordan on something. That'd really make the haters mad, right? If he send me that, right? They'd be like, Mark, why did you put that footage up? Get Terence Crawford. Boy, they hate that kid, man. I forgot, man. Every time the interview's over, I always forget a question. I was like, damn, I should have asked this. I should have asked that. I always forget. Now I remember once the thing is over.
I was gonna ask you real quick, Mark, if Stitch is cool with it, if maybe you could have a private screening of that documentary.
I'll reach out to him. Yeah, put it on the backup channel. I mean, cool. Put it on the members only. We can watch it over there. I don't think he'll mind. I think he wants people to see it. So
yeah, I saw the trailer while you guys were talking.
Oh yeah,
yeah, looks pretty cool.
All right, so let's talk about this schedule right here. How do y'all feel about this? Saturday, March the 4th, Brandon Figueroa. That's this week. That's this Saturday. They had the press conference today, but I was just busy. No titles on this card right here, right?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, okay. What you guys think about this card right here, Saturday?
I'm excited for it. I like Brandon. I like McSally. I mean, he's a hard puncher. I haven't seen Jared Hurd in a minute, so I'm looking forward to that one. So yeah, it's a good card.
Y'all don't know much about Elijah though.
Yeah, I never heard of that dude. I heard Amical Vidal. A lot of people thought he robbed. Well, not him, but the judges robbed the other dude he fought last. I forgot his name, but he's a good fighter.
Tim Tszyu versus Harrison. That's what's that in what? Oh damn, that's right around the corner. That's next week.
Yeah, that's one of the cards. One of the fights I'm looking forward to.
Who you got winning that fight?
Tony.
Now, I think Tony gonna upset him too, Porto. I ain't even gonna hold you.
I think so too. I mean, I think this. Oh, I'm sorry.
As long as he come in looking like himself, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Go ahead, Porto. What was you about to say?
No, I was gonna say, to me, this is the fight that should have been made instead of like they first made the Jermell and Sue fight, because I didn't think Sue was ready for Jermell quite yet. But if he could beat Tony Harrison, somebody that's that's already beaten Jermell, like shit, I would give him a way better shot of beating Jermell.
This is a dangerous fight for Tim Tszyu, and I remember when they was talking about this, I was telling you, I would not put my guy in there with him, and I would just sit there and wait for Jamil to get back healthy while I fight me an easy fight somewhere. I'm sorry. Fight me a warm-up fight just to stay busy, but this is guys a serious threat and could upset the apple cart. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Facts.
Yeah. Most definitely. And then it's one of those type of fights that even if you win, you probably won't get hurt. You definitely won't get hurt.
But again, no title on that fight. No title. Nope. No title. March 25th.
A lot of implications, though. A lot of implications.
What about? But because there's no title, what you mean?
Like so, if Tim Tszyu wins, I think he'd be ready for it'd be a better position for that to try to upset Jermell for the undisputed. And if Tony wins, we get the trilogy, which I would like to see.
All right, so then you got Benavidez, Plant. Stitch that he's going to be working the Caleb Plant corner right there. How y'all see that fight going? I like this card right here, Joey Spencer. Damn, I like Joey Spencer. Like, what's up with him and Jesus Ramos? Is this like for an interim title? Is this what's coming up with that? Like, damn, what's up with Joey Spencer? Why he ain't more active?
I've never seen Joey Spencer fight, but I've heard of him. Jesus Ramos, I've seen him fight. He's a good fighter. It's a good fight.
Man, you've seen Joey Spencer fight.
The white guy from Mark. I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Kid is pretty damn good. He's young too, man. I think like 22, but he's been fighting for some years now, man.
I heard he's undefeated, no?
Yeah, and he can crack, man. He got a good skill set too. He got that Detroit style. Yeah, dude can box, he can punch. He's slick, man. Damn, ain't nothing on the line for that though. Nothing. Okay.
That's still a good fight though. Two contenders. I think they're 154 pounders, no?
Joey Spencer. Let me see. What is he fighting at? Yeah, I think he's 54. Yeah.
So it's just two prospects. Just to see where they're at and who's gonna go to that next level, to the next step.
Who y'all got in the Cody fight though?
Shit, I might got Cody Crawley. Cody Crawley can fight, man. People be sleeping on Cody Crawley, man. Cody can fight.
I got the upset on that one.
Y'all really like the fact that like they got a really good card, the 25th. Like it's a really good card. It's like something that you will want to watch every fight, and it's rare you get one of those.
Say that again.
I said it's a really good card. It's something like you will want to watch, pretty much every single fight, and you don't expect somebody get completely blown out.
Yeah. Still no titles though, man. I just feel like this Caleb Plant Benavidez joint should have been years ago when they both had titles. Like we can this fight now without no title. I'm like, y'all bear with me. Hold on. Let me switch. Let me switch this from my mobile hotspot. Let me see how my internet gonna hold up. Y'all bear with me. Let me switch.
I got you. Yeah, that Colbert Ryo fight. I'm looking forward to that one. It's interesting to me. Colbert, he can't, he can't swat a fly, but he's good. He's a really good boxer, And then Ryo's coming off of a loss. It's interesting.
How you see that going?
I would have to go Ryo because of the power. But I mean, that's the thing with Colbert. Like Colbert, I don't know. He's kind of like in this past couple of fights, it's kind of like he wants to entertain. He wants to entertain, but it cost him against Garcia. Trying to go toe to toe with him, especially the guy could crack. So I mean, I think he could definitely outbox Ryo. If he just sticks to just straight outboxing from the outside and stuff like that. Using a lot of lateral movement. Just keep him on the end of the jab. But Ryo got that power. But Ryo's got a I don't know if Ryo can cut off the ring. It's the jury's kind of still out on him. So I don't know. It's an interesting fight. What do you think?
Oh man, I'm right there with you. I couldn't say it better myself. You took all my talking points. Go ahead, Sir Senior.
Shoot, took mine too.
Okay. And of course the big one, April 22nd, pay-per-view. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. Still no venue, right?
Yeah, it's no venue still.
And for what I'm hearing, they're not doing a press conference. They're doing something on TikTok. What am I hearing about that? I thought somebody was trolling me at first. Is that a real thing?
It seems like it's a real thing. I guess it's to boost up the fact, Ryan got the crazy social media following, so that's to set that up.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. I know people always say, yeah, he's popular, but it doesn't transfer over to pay-per-view buys. I was like, he never fought on pay-per-view. Excuse me. So how can we say it doesn't transfer over to pay-per-view buys? He never fought on pay-per-view. So we got to see it. Got to give him a chance to get out there. But I want Steven Espinoza said the Raider Stadium is a possibility. Damn. They trying to put that in a football arena. I thought it was going to do T-Mobile.
T-Mobile or MGM. That's what I'm hearing as well.
Somebody in the chat, my boy Pounds Boxio, #CCD. He said Espinoza said Raider Stadium.
Yes, sir.
Massive. That's massive.
Yeah, and I think the tickets would be a little bit cheaper if they have it at the Raider Stadium, because it's a bigger venue. So, see.
Yeah, if it's at MGM, them tickets gonna be $1,000, man.
Yeah, I was talking to the homie, and I'm thinking they're gonna start like at 300.
At where? Even if they put
at
it
the
right
MGM or the T-Mobile, one of the two.
That's expensive, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is, man.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. And you got to pay for hotel and flights and shit. That's a lot, man. They're trying to get all the brokies, make sure none of the brokies don't show up, I guess. All right, let me see. But no title, right? No titles on the line. Okay. Y'all notice the theme right here, right?
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm
sorry, my sister was asking me something. What were you saying?
Well, me or your sister?
No. You, sir.
Tell your sister I said, what up, though?
Oh, what up, though? She actually already left, but yeah, my bad.
Rolly is returning May the 13th versus Alberto Puello. How you say it, Puello? Help me out.
Puello.
Alberto Puello versus Rolly Romero. Rolly is the B-side in this, huh? What's going on with that?
I mean, Rolly, I don't know how Rolly got that title shot, but I guess more power to him. Shit.
How you get this? Like,
oh,
what title Alberto Puello?
He has I believe it's the WBA. He just beat he fought for the vacant title that Josh Taylor vacated. I believe he beat. I forgot the dude he beat. Yeah, but he just became the champion not too long ago.
21-0, 10 knockouts. Who did he beat? He
Trying to remember. Tip of my tongue.
Akhmedov. Akhmedov.
Was it Akhmedov?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was.
So he got the WBA World Lightweight vacant title. Is this the full one, or is this the?
It's the full one. It's the full one. It's the one that Josh Taylor vacated.
Okay. So it's the super challenge. It's the super, right?
Yeah. WBA. Well, the thing is with WBA, like depending on like what division they're fighting in, like they have like single titles, and it's not the super. It's just the WBA World.
Okay. Oh, don't know how I feel about Rolly fighting this guy right after getting stopped. Like
The WBA loves him. The WBA loves him. That's all I can say.
It's asking a lot of a young man, though, right?
Facts.
Go ahead, Sir. What's your take on Rolly making his return May the 13th?
I think this is a make or break fight for Rolly. Because if he gets stopped or either beat, bad in this, it's going to be a long time since we see Rolly again. And he's good. He's one of those, talk your way into a fight boxers. So you like to see the ones who talk a lot of junk, especially for, the press conference. But if he gets stopped again, that's going to be detrimental to his career, man.
Do you agree, Puto? You agree, disagree? What's your take?
I mean, I can see where Sir Senior's coming from, but the thing is, it's like, this is his second title opportunity in a row, and he got stopped his last fight. So, I mean, what's to say that if he gets stopped, he ain't gonna get another one? I don't know.
Sir, you replying?
I mean, I guess it's fooled me once. Shame on me, fooled me twice, fooled me 3 times. I can't get fooled again. Or whatever, Bushhead.
Yeah, Rolly got a guardian angel or something, because a lot of people believe, and I believe, that he lost against Jackson Marinez, and that's the reason he became the interim in the first place, and the way he got a title shot versus Tank, and then he's getting another title shot versus Puello off of a knockout loss versus Tank. So I don't know.
All right, you got Gary Antoine Russell on this card too. Let me see something. I'm looking right here. Box rate. It says he's suspended by New York State Athletic Commission indefinitely. Why is he suspended? What happened?
Who is?
Gary Antoine Russell.
Did he get injured versus Barthélemy?
Shit, I thought he stopped that dude. Let me see.
Yeah. The ref did stop it, but I mean, usually those suspensions are medical suspensions. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, but he stopped it. The guy got dropped and he stopped him in round 6. So what happened to him?
Don't know.
Let's see.
Sometimes BoxRec is not quick to take those off. They could be old ones. Like read the dates. They usually have the date.
No, I don't see a date. It's just at the top it's just at the top right here. I don't see.
Yeah, those are usually medical suspensions, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember saying that, like, if you got knocked down got knocked out or something like that.
Or you suffered an injury, like a broken orbital bone, shit like that, it's just like injuries that you suffer in fights.
Let me see. Anything right here? I don't see anything on Google about it.
Yeah, BoxRec usually, before they did like the update, they used to like elaborate a little bit more on those suspensions. Like you click like a little link and it tells you like what it's about, but they took that off.
You know what? They might have made a mistake because the brother got knocked out and the other brother got knocked out. They might have put the wrong Gary Russell, put this on the wrong one.
Oh, maybe his little brother, the one that fought the Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I think that's Gary.
That's Gary Antonio. Correct.
Gary Antonio is suspended by the New York State Athletic. Now he's the one that should be suspended. I think they might have
he took an ass kicking. Yeah, I remember.
Bro, 10 rounds of it too.
Yeah, man.
10 rounds of it. He got.
Which y'all think is worse? Is getting beat bad like that for 10 rounds, or getting knocked out pretty early?
That long beating, bro.
The long one, yeah.
That long beating, bro. It ain't nothing like that, bro. Because that's when you realize everything you thought you was doing right in the gym ain't working today. You know what I'm saying? You can't get to the guy. He's hitting you, getting out the way. He's smiling at you. Your parents and your girlfriend, your kids looking sad. Oh man, getting your ass beat in front of God and country for 30 minutes is a lot. Because like early on, you can just say, I got caught cold. He got hit with a good shot. Then see that shit happens. Yep. But to be outclassed in every facet of the game for like 10 and 12 rounds, man, it takes something away from a fighter mentally, man. Guys aren't the same sometimes after one of those. But go ahead, put those same question for you, I guess.
No, definitely the prolonged sustained beating throughout of a fight. That's most of the time those what causes like fatal injuries. Also, like it could like cut a boxer's career in half, even up and coming the ones that are like have a really good like future ahead of them, but they have some of these fights that like take away their primes and shit like that.
All right, Carlos Adamits, how you say it? Adames versus Julian J. Rock Williams. Damn, Erison Lubin gonna be up here with Luis Arias. I need to get get Arias back on the show. I ain't talked to him in 2 years. Probably need to get Luis Arias back on the show, aka Cuba. Try to get Erison Lubin up here too. I never interview him I'm gonna try to get a couple of these guys off some of these upcoming fights on the show. What y'all think of this June 24th card?
I believe J-Rock is a replacement. I think Adamus was supposed to fight somebody else, but I don't remember. But yeah, that's a good fight. I haven't seen J-Rock fighting them. Well, actually, I did see J-Rock. I think J-Rock fought Arias, right? Not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. So
that was Jerry Hurd. That was Jerry Hurd to be.
Oh, it was Jerry Hurd. Excuse me.
Yeah, and he beat Jerry Hurd.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. And then Lubin, he just he's coming off of the Fundura loss, right?
Man, massacre. That was bad, bro.
Yeah, so that's a competitive fight, right? Like Arias, he's shown to like upset the apple cart before, and so Lubin's coming off a loss, so maybe it's to be a really good fight. And J Rock, I don't know how I haven't seen J Rock fight in a minute, I guess.
Yeah, let me see. Did he? Let me see. Yeah, he did win his last fight. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's when he lost. He lost back to back when he lost to damn, that's a long time to be out the ring too. So he lost to Jensen Rosario.
He lost his title, right?
He lost all three of them joints in 2020. He didn't fight again till October 2021. So damn, almost 2 years out the ring. From January of 2020 to October of 2021. That's a long time out the ring, dog.
It is.
That's a long time out the ring. And he went in there and got beat by Vladimir Hernandez. How about
Vladimir Hernandez? That's the guy who beat him. Yeah, okay.
Gotcha. You can't make that up. He got a Russian first name, Hispanic last name.
Yeah, a Mexican dude. Yeah, I know the dude.
How he get in the first name like Vladimir?
I used to know a dude back in school. Like he was a Mexican dude. He had that same name, Vladimir. That's how you say it in Spanish. Yeah. Vladimir.
Okay. Yeah, 10 round split decision. He lost. Then he got back on didn't fight again for another year. 2022, November of 2022. So a little over a year again. He won that fight. It was an 8-rounder. So he went from doing 12s, lost the 10 round. And that's probably what they should have did when he'd been out the ring for a long time. Like, look, I can't go in there and do 10 rounds or 12. I ain't fought in so long. So they put him in there with an 8-rounder, and he got a decision against a guy who was 18, 11, and 1.
Oh, wow.
Mancilla, Rolando Mancilla. Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a confidence fight.
Yeah, it's a get back. Yeah, because you just lost to the guy 19 and 1, then you lost to the 12 and 4 guy on your get back fight, and that was at T-Mobile Arena. What event was this? This one his event. Who he lose on? Card was this? Who card was this?
T-Mobile is a Canelo fight, no?
It was Wilder Fury.
Oh, Wilder Fury. Okay, I know that was at T-Mobile. Shit.
Yeah, Wilder Fury. He lost on that card. Damn, you supposed to win that. Somebody lost some money on that one. So yeah, so he's back on the winning path, but he ain't fighting nobody like Adames. This ain't gonna be no. And I don't see him on box rate for this. You say he was a last minute replacement for Adames.
I believe so. I believe Adames was supposed to fight. I don't even remember, man. I might be tripping.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I don't know about that, J-Rock. The last fight was an 8-rounder. What? At least he getting back in. Hey, look, and still gonna be a long time out the ring from October to what, June of the next year?
Yep, that's almost a full year.
Almost a year again, man. Here's my thing with this. To Samaz, if y'all don't notice the pattern here, it's Premier Boxing Champions. They're not premiering a lot of champions in this card right here. You got a lot of get back fights. You got a Chris Colbert type thing getting back. Who else got some get back? Ain't Pedro Campa? Didn't he lose?
Pedro Campa did lose.
Getting a get back. Rolly lost, trying to get some get back. Who else?
Barthélemy lost.
Barthélemy lost. Some get back action going on there.
Shoot, they might as well change it back to get back fighting.
What's the kid name? Hurd lost. Some get back. Colbert lost. Get back.
Jose Valenzuela, Rayo lost.
He lost. Some get back. Okay. You see
Chris
what I'm
Colbert
saying?
as well.
Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what's up with this, man? What I do like though is it looked like they all gonna be on Showtime.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think they have any other partner.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad that Showtime is actually gonna put on some events and we can watch them right there on Showtime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus pay-per-view. Because we want to see the fights. We just can't, man. We just can't afford to pay $75, $80 to support the sport that we love. Because it's just costs too much. I was listening to somebody earlier today. I think it was Red. She was like, "Where's pay-per-view? If you don't like it, don't buy it." I was like, "Man, you missing the whole point, bro." Like boxing, you can't alienate your fans like that. You know what I'm saying? In a sport that's already not the most popular sport in America, when you can just turn on a football game or turn on a basketball game, you're gonna make these people pay $80, $75 for fights that are not pay-per-view worthy, you know, by the fan standard. You can't alienate your market, especially when you have a small market. You know?
I agree. Also, I wanted to mention, Mark, this is just rumors. Oh, I'm my bad. Go ahead.
You're competing with Top Rank, putting on these free fights have all damn year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, I was just gonna add for the Tank and Ryan fight. These are just rumors that I've heard. But you know, like I heard it from a buddy of mine, and also from like this ESPN dude that tweeted it out. But the undercard could possibly be Boots versus Royman Villa, and also William Zepeda versus Frank Martin, and maybe Pitbull Cruz on that on the undercard.
On what, the Tank Ryan card?
Tank Ryan, yeah. That's the rumors that are going around right now.
Where you get that from?
Salvador Rodriguez from ESPN Deportes, and then a buddy of mine named Gonzalo. He told me, he was the one that first told me the rumors.
Okay, shit, I ain't mad at that undercard. And that's lit.
Yeah. I wish that I wish that comes to fruition, because that's a pay-per-view that's like, to me, that's pay-per-view worthy, you know.
Man, I feel like somebody's gonna get injured, bro. I don't want to speak bad. Not even just on them. I'm talking about. I'm looking at all these other cards that's coming up. I'm like, bruh. So you see, Serrano just hurt her hand.
Callum Smith, he just got injured.
Come on, bro. Like, I'm just like, man, Premier Boxing Champions, but it ain't a lot of champions fighting on this damn cards. I don't see no titles. No titles. Right. A lot of get back fights. I'm gonna watch them though. So on regular Showtime too. Hell yeah. So this like two in March. Skip. I mean, got a pay-per-view, but that's a good pay-per-view card. Then you got what? 2 in April. So you get a fight. Hold on, you get a fight on a Friday and a Saturday in April. Oh, that's gonna be a lit weekend for us, man. We're gonna have a good time. I need to take a day off right there.
There you go.
7th and the 8th. Let's go. Then we got a pay-per-view. May, only one card. All right. Don't see our boy. I don't see Jamal Charlo up there. Where's Jamal Charlo? Ain't he still the WBC champion?
He is.
Come on, bro. Where's Jamal Charlo?
I think it's personal problems with him. I'm speculating though.
Everybody got personal stuff going on though.
Yeah, but have you seen a wife on Twitter, man? Woo.
Yeah, but I heard her when it was the video when she was like, you brought them to my house, so that means they don't separate it, right? Because you was like, you brought them over here to my house, you brought them over to my house, so that means they separated. So, okay, you got some separation. Do your I mean, Tank Davis got 3-4 cases, man, and he's still. I mean, that's jail pending.
Yeah. He already pled guilty, so shit, man. It's all up to the judge now.
And he got the other case though in Florida though.
Aye.
The court recanted, but they didn't drop them charges.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Full Revolution. She said about to get into this new BMF episode. Oh yeah, it is. It's dropped tonight. Dropped tonight. Gotta check it out. We gotta link up, Foodie. We gotta do a reaction, man. Gotta do a recap. All right, but yeah, that's all I was saying though, bro. Like, am I gonna support the fights? Absolutely. The pay-per-views and all of it. Just it leaves more to be desired. Like, man, where are your champions at? Where is the I get
They don't have many, do they?
He's in the cast. Charlo's in the cast. I mean, you got Big Charlo, Little Charlo's injured. You got and you got the Big Fish.
The Big Fish, yeah.
Where he at though? Why he ain't on this list, man?
I don't know. I mean, everybody. I mean, everybody. Most people thought Keith, right, was the opponent, but we don't know.
Right, but neither one of them confirmed it. They was gonna confirm that they was gonna fight, or confirm if they was gonna fight at 154. There's no Spence and Thurman, right?
Oh.
Even if they're not fighting each other, they should be fighting somebody, right? It's gonna be a year.
Yeah, they're too inactive. To be honest, they're way too inactive.
All of these dudes too inactive.
Yeah.
You think they just want too much money per fight, or they owe too much money per fight so you can't fight 3 times a year making kind of money you want to make? Like, what do you think that is?
I have no idea, to be honest, Mark. I have no clue.
Yeah, that's crazy. Ryder Storm Wright knows. He said Avengers PBC version. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means.
Neither do I, but I don't know. It's still funny.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. In the past TV, he said only true boxing enthusiasts respect Boogeyman Bud Crawford. Good job, y'all. Yeah, I rock with Crawford, man. Crawford a monster, man. I don't care what nobody say. I can't. Hey, look, you can't change my mind, and I ain't trying to change your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are.
Think what you want to think.
Man, you're filibustering Lennar yesterday, bruh. Come on now.
I thought we had a good conversation.
I was entertained, you know, but I was like, you had him stuttering towards the end. Bro.
What you mean? He pulled up, kicked it. He said, "Thanks for the opportunity." I feel like he's gonna be back.
No, I'm sure he's definitely gonna be back. I just thought it was entertaining.
Oh man, I gotta go back and check it, man. I was wilding, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining, bro.
Damn, man, I gotta go back. I'm gonna delete the video now. I'm gonna make it members only. I'm gonna take the video down.
No, it was cool. It was cool. It was good. It was a good.
How do you feel when people call you a neurosexual? And he was serious, man. I was joking with the question, but he was like, "See, Mark, this is what's going on." And I thought we had a good conversation and we was disagreeing without the yelling and the, you know, you a bitch. I'm pull up the way you stay. Yeah. You know, kind of stuff. You know how toxic it can get out here.
No, for sure. I was gonna say, what do they call the bud fans or like the extreme fans. What do they call
Correct. They call them. You're right.
them? Yeah, that's what you are. I'm just like,
I am correct.
no,
That's what I
you're,
am.
no. I don't know what they call them. I forgot.
I think they call them Bud Avengers.
Oh, Bad Avengers.
Or Bud Avengers or Bud Buddies. And I was like,
I heard Budrick, but I mean, I think that's
I
like
don't even know what
a
that means.
derogatory term towards him, right?
I guess, but I don't even know what that even means though.
Yeah, me either.
And I don't even care. Like that shit goofy to me.
Yeah, aerosexual is funny though.
The aerosexual was hilarious. Shout out to Coach Malachi. That shit was funny. That's like the worst. They hate that shit too, boy. They hate that shit. Yeah, but this new schedule, Lisa said it's nothing spectacular. Food Revolution said two PBC fighters are too busy fighting demons.
Yeah, maybe. I actually like the schedule, to be honest. It's every single fight I'm looking forward to for one reason or another.
Stephen Brimley, you didn't come up with that. Stop that.
Bud buddies. Mark's a bud buddy.
Bud tenders. I heard bud tenders, but that's what they call the people at the weed bar in Vegas too, though. You're a bud tender, like that's
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing. That ain't no bad thing. Ain't nothing works with that aerosexual. Stephen Brimley said, "I came up with that phrase." Somebody said, "Bud tenderonis." That's pretty funny. That's still pretty funny. But bud buddies, okay. That ain't that bad.
Actually, it's pretty bad, bro.
Like be your buddy.
Like what it implies, bud buddies, butt buddies.
Yeah, they should have just said butt buddies then.
That's true.
Yeah. But Bud, I'm a buddy. I'm a buddy of Bud Crawford. Yeah. Stephen Burley said, dead serious. I made that shit. All right. Yeah, but it does have a connotation, negative connotation. But this shit don't work though. It don't work the same as the aerosexual because it's that yellow beezy picture is out there. That yellow beezy picture still floating.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Oh man, that Lovers and Friends. I'm in the club with the eye patch singing Lovers and Friends. Then I heard him on the when he was talking to Connor Ben the other day. He was like, "Yeah, I might have a pint with your dad." I was like, "No, he talking about drinking? No, don't be talking about drinking, Errol. No, you don't want to hear that."
Right.
Okay, Stephen Brilliant is unbiased fans. I've heard it over there with E Thriller and the Mac Mob. I heard it over there in those ciphers, but I didn't know you came up with that. That's what's up, Stephen Brilliant. That's what's up. So anybody get mad that they getting called that, go see Stephen Brimley, aka the unbiased fan.
Right.
Mark Nash, because most of them are coming off of losses. Oh, you was talking. Oh, okay, because he had put something up there. He said Avengers. Oh, okay. They coming off a lot. Yeah, bro. It's a get back. It's a get back schedule. Somebody told me, well, they didn't tell me. I saw him leave a comment. Chicken Talk, shout out to Lazy Lefty. He was like, this is their B schedule. They haven't released the A schedule. I was like, well, shit, they gonna fill this in with some premier champions or something? Like, what you mean this is the B schedule? Like,
yeah. I wonder what the A schedule looks like. Shit.
Yeah, like what is the A schedule? Like, why would you come out with the B schedule first? You should come out with the A schedule first to build some hyper anticipation, right? Maybe people say, I need to save my money for this. I'm booking this flight. I'm booking this hotel. But they're like, but how do you do that though? I don't get that.
Excuse me, Mark, 1 second.
Yeah, I don't get how that works with releasing the B schedule. And it's leaves, like I said, it leaves a lot to be desired, to say the least. You know, with all due respect. Premier boxing champions. I don't see nobody premiering any champions on this card. But all right, y'all will hear people saying it more as it goes on, because I ain't lying. I ain't trying to bash them. Like I said, I'm gonna cover these fights, and I plan to book some interviews with some of these people who are gonna be fighting on some of these cards. So we're gonna talk about it. Definitely gonna talk about it. Let's see. I want to talk to Joey Spencer, man. Cause I like Joey Spencer. I'm gonna see if I get him up here. I'm gonna try to get Chris Colbert up here. I'm gonna see if I can get David on the show. Who else up here? Jerry Hurd might not want to do it. Some of these guys might not want to do it either because they coming off a loss too. Like man, I'll talk to you after the fight. You know, I'm just trying to focus on the fight right now too, and I can totally respect and understand that. Talked to Rooster. He said we're gonna try to get Ryan on the show, so I'm gonna hold him to that one. So we get Ryan Garcia on the show. Y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing for a
I
long
was gonna
time.
tell you about that too. I was gonna call him Frenchie though, but it's Rooster, huh?
Yeah, Rooster, man. If I get Ryan Garcia up here, y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm like, I told y'all.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'll be super dope. Let me see. Who else up here we're gonna try to book? I'm try to book one of the Russells.
Get Tank.
Man, Tank ain't gonna come over here, man.
Why not?
Tank ain't gonna pull up. You know, we covered that his arrest shit. He mad at people who covered that shit.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he mad about that shit. Stephen Brimley, aka the unbiased fan. What up, bro?
Man, just working.
What's popping with you?
Yeah, just working, man. You know, just doing what gotta be done. But you know, that schedule is okay. You know, I'm not gonna dog it out or nothing. I mean, I'm gonna probably watch every fight that comes. I'm gonna pay for the pay-per-view for Ryan and Tank. So, I'll support it. I don't think they're moving the best, but it's a fight that I want to see. So I'm gonna pay for it. Just that simple. But where's Errol Spence at though is the question.
Errol Spence. Let me see.
It never heard of it.
Nah, he ain't.
You know, I like that tag. Never heard of it.
I don't see him, bro. Like, I don't. Even if he's not fighting Keith Thurman, who is he gonna fight? Dude, it's gonna be over a year. Like my man was like, this is the B schedule. So what, they're gonna drop another schedule and they're gonna have some dates in April up there that we don't see. They only got one fight in May. I did hear somebody say that they leave in May open. Spence might be back at the end of the month in May. So
but how's that the B schedule when they got Ryan and Tank on there? That doesn't make any sense.
Come on now.
It never heard of it.
Come on now. That ain't no B schedule shit. Somebody said he in rehab.
Don't say that. I wouldn't wish that on him.
Food Revolution said that. I mean, well, rehab is a good thing. You getting yourself together, right?
Yeah, but I hope he don't have to get himself together. That's the whole point.
Man, when I saw him talking to was that Connor Ben Pops, he was like, yeah, I might come over. I'm gonna be in the UK soon. Like, nigga, what you going to the UK for? And he was like, I'm gonna be in look, what you traveling? Just touring? Like you promoting a fight over there? Like, what you doing to the UK for? But then he said, I'm gonna have a half a pint with your dad. And I was like, come on, Errol Spence, you know you do more than a half a pint, nigga. You know you
stupid.
You know you need that leader.
He dropped a lawyer.
1.75, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know the Errol Spence, when he drinking, nigga. He the big fish. You ever heard that expression, you drink like a fish? There you go.
You know what? You egged it.
That's one interview I know I ain't gonna get. That nigga might want to shoot 5 when he see me.
I hope you do get the Ryan Garcia interview. That's but just don't be acting like two-tone though, because he's losing his mind. He talking about A-side Garcia and all that. I'm like, come on, bro, stop it.
He doing the most now.
yeah, just a little bit. That's my guy, dog. He's hilarious. He tickles me. But
musty energy.
Yep, musty energy.
Yo, I fuck with him on Twitter, man. I see he's starting to do his stuff on YouTube now too, so I can check him out more over there. But yeah, I subscribe to him. But I always
you got a YouTube. I'm gonna have to find him.
Yeah, he got a YouTube now. Check him out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no doubt.
Musty energy.
He in Arizona where my brother at, where the police don't know how to act. The police don't know how to act in Arizona, bro.
What happened? What be happening? I don't know now.
All the violations, they be violating rights like crazy, the police in Arizona, man. I don't know. Every time I see something bad happen, half the time it's in Arizona. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Man, I just saw some shit here in Georgia, man. The cop, they just arrested this cop for kidnapping and killing a woman last year.
Are you kidding me?
He's the cop. I used to work right there in the area. It's like they call it the north side, but really it ain't Atlanta. It's like Gwinnett, Doraville. It's a whole nother city, but people will still say it's Atlanta because it's right there in the outskirts. But yeah, this nigga killed the lady, and he a cop.
Well, there you go with that screening process there. Lord have mercy. So, on another topic, how do you feel about this Inoue and Fulton fight?
Love it.
I
Love it.
do too. I said that I had a feeling that I said, you know what, Fulton's gonna step up and force the fight, and plus it just didn't make sense for him to fight anybody else because that's where the money was for him,
Hell yeah.
because he wasn't gonna get that money here in the States.
Right. Right. Not even half of that. I don't
And
think.
that's, and I brought this up as a topic of conversation. Don't you see an issue right now for the American fighter since Floyd Mayweather? It's been really like rough for them
What
overall, man. For
What you mean?
notoriety, I'm talking like notoriety and popularity wise, and getting the due that they deserve. I feel like no one has really been able to really grab that, And I think the biggest person that I think about is like Clarissa Shields. Like she is a two-time gold medalist and a three-time undisputed, and can't even get a fight in the United States because no one will pay for it.
That's crazy.
It's sad because PBC and Top Rank's not invested in female boxing.
Why you think so though? Why you think?
Because they just undervalue it. They don't put. I mean, because you look at the WNBA, same thing to an extent. But the ladies have been putting on in a way that the guys haven't. The last year and a half, the ladies has been shining over the guys to me. I pay so much more attention to women's boxing now than I ever have because they're giving fights that are worthy. They're giving the undisputed fights. They're giving the best versus the best, and it's a lot of that is not happening with the fellas.
But also too, the ladies, their divisions are so small. I mean, their divisions are small, and they just jumping up and down in weight too. Girls are going up, fighting her, going back down, defending their titles, going up. When I interview Franchon Cruz, you know who she trying to fight next. Well, it's not gonna be next, but she wants to fight Chris Larissa Shields again. She was like, man, that was my first fight. I've learned so much, and I agree. I think she don't learned a lot since then. She got better.
It's just that who's gonna have the fight? Who's gonna pay for it? That's the thing. Who's gonna pay for it? Because for Clarissa Shields to get the rematch with Savannah Marshall, she's gonna have to probably go back to the UK because no one here in the States is gonna pay for it.
I don't think she gonna. I thought she said after that fight she was like talking about doing a rematch. She was like, well, the rematch was only contingent if it was a close fight, but this was a unanimous decision, so she moving forward. I think she's still gonna be doing her MMA.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, she was talking about she was only gonna fight 1 year, but there was conversations about it. She's like, and Clarissa clearly said that the fight need to be in the United States, but the problem is there is no suitor for it here in the States. No one's willing to pay for it. That's the problem. I think if it was somebody involved that was willing to put up the money, that fight would be set up.
See, she shouldn't have been talking shit to Jake Paul.
I think all you have to do is go to the
Jake Paul would have put it up.
You might, maybe, because Jake Paul has been putting on for women's boxing, man.
I think Clarissa Shields, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I thought she had said something, about him like getting into business.
You got like what do you call it?
I don't know, but he's been doing good for women's boxing though. That's why I don't dog him out as much. Because I think he's been doing good for boxing.
And look, did you hear what Stitch said? That dude louder than you in the background. Did you hear Stitch talking about like what the association?
Oh no, I must have missed that. What was it?
It's pretty much like not a union, but it's something similar to that. That's what it was talking about doing. Talking about doing something similar to that. And that basically to protect the fighters.
There's gonna be some pushback from the promoters and the sanctioning bodies probably. We'll see how that plays out, but it's probably needed. Because that.
Go ahead.
Because that's my. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask your question.
No. I will let you finish. Go ahead.
Because part of my issue with Al Heyman is that he's towing the line of looking out for the fighter and looking out for the not the promotional companies, but the networks, and that's why Deontay Wilder ended up getting the raw deal because he should have took that $100 million to go fight Anthony Joshua 3 years ago.
Bro, I was talking about
4 years ago.
Bro, I was talking about Adrien Broner should took that 40 from Rock Nation.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you why that wasn't a good deal for him. It was a lot of stipulations. It was like one of those NFL contracts, bro.
What you mean?
where like, okay,
you got to get a knockout, you got to win by this much, you got to sell this many.
It was a whole bunch of that into it. And but the deal with Matchroom is probably the one he should have took. But the problem is it's a conflict of interest for Al Heyman for him to tell his fighters to go to another promotional company when he's serving the best interest of Showtime and previously Fox.
But they fought though. They've done that before though.
Done what before?
He seen Gary Russell fighting Loma on Top Rank.
Okay. But that ain't his cash cow.
I'm just saying, it's a champion though.
True story. But who else was he gonna fight at that time? If he has a different option that's viable and close to being marketable and financially close to the other fight, they're gonna go the other route before they go cross promotional. And I think all of them are guilty of that. Sometimes instead of making the best fight, they do what's best for the internal brand.
Man, there was another fight I was about to say, man. I was thinking about this earlier. Somebody was talking about it. And I said, I should have wrote it down. But Ryder Storm said, how many champions does outside of Spence, Jamel Charlo, Fulton does PBC have? He said, and I'm not trying to cap. They got Jamal Charlo. He's a champion.
Yep.
At 160.
He's another really underappreciated champion too.
I mean, how can you appreciate something you ain't had? We ain't seen him fight since what, 2021?
Oh, we talking about the older. I thought we were talking about the younger Charlo.
Jamal Charlo hasn't fought since 2021, I believe.
Yeah, because he was supposed to fight Zoo, but he had the injury.
That's Jamel Charlo. That's the undisputed. I'm talking about 160 Charlo. He fought on June, like the Juneteenth card in 2021, and then 2022 he was supposed to fight Selecki. He had a back injury, and here we are now. He's not on the schedule at all, and he is a champion, bro. What the hell is up with the WBC? How they just let him hold the belt like that?
Because they paying that good money. They overpaying the sanctioning bodies to keep those belts.
Where you get that from?
I mean, the writing's on the wall, bro. I mean, how else they gonna keep it? Because they got other fighters that. What was the fighter's name that he won a championship, hurt his hand in the fight, and then they stripped him 2 weeks later. But I
don't remember that. Who news for me? Who?
I'm trying to remember what fighter that was. Hold on a second. I might have to look it up.
That's crazy to get stripped like 2 weeks. Hold on, got stripped 2 weeks later?
Yep.
Somebody said boxing is bigger than a few fighters. I just watch different fighters. I watch different. Absolutely.
Joe Cordina.
What?
He won the IBF super middleweight in June of 2022, and they stripped him 2 weeks after for his mandatory. 2 weeks after he won the championship because of an injury. But Spencer's only defended his IBF once in 5 years. That's crazy.
Alonzo said PBC has held us back so much that the fans are excited over a fight with two contenders, a secondary champion, and a non-champion. Yeah, fans are thirsty, man. Fans are thirsty. He said boxing is somebody said boxing is bigger than just 5 PBC fighters. Yeah. And we ain't even getting those fights. Foul player, what up? Oh, and somebody said you got AZ mixed up with ratchet ass Florida. Because it's definitely going down in Florida all the time. Every time I turn on the news, crazy shit happening in Florida. What's up, Kyle? Boxing section. Shit, that's it for me, man. Though, other than that, I'm gonna read through the rest of your comments. It was something I wanted to say to you, bro. It was something I wanted to say. Oh man, damn, I forgot. But did you do your pick for this weekend yet? Or did he step away? He might have stepped away. But that's I got Brandon Figueroa and Mark Maceo. This fight should be interesting, man. You got two guys who gonna just bang it out. Ain't gonna be a lot of running around in that, or some people would call it running around. But it should be a damn good one, man. Let me see. Anything else? Michaela Mayer, yes, that's gonna be a good one. She's returning against Estrada. Oh, I should try to reach out to Michaela Mayer, get her on the show, or Estrada. I rock with both of them. Try to get them on. At least the women are seeing undisputed fights. They are getting those undisputed. The women are like super flyweights, like Estrada, Chocolatito, Quadras, Rungvisai. The best actually fighting the best. Others are ducking. Yeah. Katie Taylor called out Chantel Cameron because Serrano was injured. Oh yeah, I did hear about that. That's crazy that Serrano's injured like that. Probably back in their training. Like then let the body in, let them bones settle back in and heal good. Who knows? Maybe it was something already that was starting to happen in that fight that she just had, because she hit that lady with everything. She was like, who's talking in the background? That was Stephen Brimley's co-worker. I think he at work. Props to the Zone and Hearn for opening that avenue. Man, but they went crazy on y'all seen the Zone up price? And they're like $220 something a year. Bruh.
It never heard of
Let me
it.
see how much the Zone charging for the subscriptions now. The Zone is tripping, yo. Let me see what that monthly price went up to. Let me see. Go over here. Subscription. Sign up now. Let me see how much they charging. Pay $20 a month, or you can pay $224 for a year. You say you can save $74, but you can get that Flex Pass, pay monthly. Okay, no, here we go. If you paying monthly now, it's $24.99. You get that it's only $19 when you pay up for the whole year. You gotta pay if you want to get that $19.99 for the Zone. Man, I remember the Zone was $10. Remember the Zone was like $10, then it crept up a little bit, then it crept up again. Man, that junk is $24.99 a month now. $25 a month. That's a
Sorry,
lot.
I was gone for a minute, but yeah, they overcharging. They should have only went up to maybe $19.99, but it's still cheaper than
it was $19.99 a month. But now to get $19.99, you got to pay for the whole year, bro.
They should have did $14.99 for the whole year, then $19.99 individual. But they jumped it up too fast, too quick. But I mean, I think they're thinking, look at PBC. You pay for 3 pay-per-view fights in 3 months, and you already spent $225 just for 3 pay-per-views. But to compare it to that still doesn't excuse. I think they jumped it up too fast, and they're probably going to get some blowback and lose some subscribers based on that too.
Hell yeah, bro! $25 a month is a jump, bro.
Yeah, it is a big jump.
That's a jump.
Thank goodness I already paid for the year, huh?
Oh, what's your take on Bill Haney and B-Hop going at it? You been hearing about that?
Yeah, because my man from the Spit Bucket, Io is the one to be, talking to him. I don't know if I have an opinion about that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what my take. How do you feel about that?
I think I didn't hear the clip though. I got to hear the clip. I didn't hear the clip of Bill Haney. I heard Bill Haney called him like Steven from Django or something like that. But I didn't hear it and didn't hear the context. Like I didn't hear it. But regardless, though, I don't think I don't you know how I get down with that, man. I didn't like people calling the Toby Top Range stuff. I just think that we're going beyond the pale. You're going beyond the scope right there, bro.
Yeah, it's like one step a little too far, and we put respect on what Devin Haney sacrificed and accomplished, because right now, when you look at the landscape, he's moving like the best undisputed champion possible. He walked in the ring on Loma and he was the undisputed champion. So he's conducting himself like a champion, absolutely. But, maybe his dad need to fall back a little bit and just let his son do the work, because I think I ain't gonna say, I don't know if it's a distraction per se, but it's not necessarily necessary, Should be focusing on just what his son is doing in the ring. All that other stuff is, probably just, it's all bull crap.
I get it too. It's your son. You don't want nobody talking about your son crazy. you know, and you're gonna respond. But like once we start calling people slaves and shit, like bruh, you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that, especially a guy like Bernard Hopkins, very proud man as well, you know.
Yeah.
Took his career in his own hands very early on from the streets of Philadelphia. Brother been to prison, got it out the mud, doing it the right way. As far as I know, he never popped dirty. He stayed. He never blew up in weight. Didn't drink. Didn't smoke. Like
He still don't.
Hall of Famer too. Hall of Famer. He earned everything the right way. So to call the man Steven from Django, I think, like I said, man, we just might have went a little too far. Some people love that type of shit though. They be like, yeah, nigga, I think that's fun. Nah, bro, these dudes are older too. I think Bernard, like in his 50s. How old is Bill Haney? Late 40s, early 50s, right?
Yeah, they both probably right around the same age. They probably early 50s.
I just
No, Bernard might be 55 because he got his last fight he was like 51, 52. So yeah, he's up there now.
Let me see. Bernard Hopkins age 58. So that man almost 60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talk to a dude almost 60 years old, call him a slave, and think he's just gonna be like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's a little too far, in my opinion.
And they say Bill Haney's 43. Damn, Bill Haney. You look a lot older than that. I thought he was younger than that.
Yeah, I'm older than Bill Haney. That's crazy.
Okay, I see something else. Bill Haney, they don't have exact age. Somebody said between 50 and 55. But his official age is now. Okay, somebody else saying 43.
No, it says his birthday was May 14, 1979.
Damn.
Because you remember Devin's only 23. So that's very possible.
Yeah, me and Bill Haney only 2 years apart.
Me and Bill Haney only 3 months apart.
Bruh, I don't feel like I look that.
So he's a little older than me. He turns 44 he's a couple months older than me.
Maybe it's the beard too. It's the beard. That's probably why he look. Got the big beard with all the gray hairs and stuff like that. And we've been seeing him so long. We've been seeing Bill around shit almost
8, 9 years.
Yeah, almost 10 years.
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't have thought he was that young though. All bullcrap aside. So I have a show tomorrow, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask you now in advance. Do you feel that Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is a super fight?
In name only. Because of the history too of their of Mayweather and Oscar. You get Tank and Ryan right there. I think that shit gonna sell, bro. I think that shit gonna sell and it's gonna do good numbers, but it's no title on the line.
Yeah, and that's what takes away from it for me.
It's no title on that line, bro. So I think you gotta have for it to be a super fight, has to be a title on the line. Also, to keep it a buck, Ryan, what are we going off with Ryan? Off of what he can do in there with a guy like Tank Davis?
Potential,
the eye test,
height, length. But the thing is, the problem with Ryan though, he don't cut off a ring well, and he has deficiencies in his abilities, and I think that he can't make it. I don't think he's gonna make it. 12 rounds. He's gonna make a mistake, and he's gonna end up paying.
Say that again. Oh, you said, Tank gonna make him pay. He gonna make a mistake.
Yeah, he's gonna make a mistake because Ryan Garcia, he has fundamental flaws.
But Tank has flaws too, though.
Every fighter has flaws, but I don't think Ryan Garcia can be able to expose those flaws, though, because he's not as fundamentally sound as need to be able to do so. Ryan Garcia is going to look good for 6 rounds, and then slowly but surely, between round 7 and 10, Tank is going to lay the wood on him.
Whoa!
I'm a man. I already know what time it is to me. That was funny.
Wood on. Never heard of it. I ain't no boxing conversation. And this nigga over here at work talking with the soft voice. I just think Ryan is gonna lay the wood on him. Like, nigga, who the fuck is you talking to? You sound like Lenard Thomas over here.
I don't even compare me to that young man. Please don't do me like that.
You want some donuts?
I'm having to talk a little low because I'm at work, man. I apologize.
I'm fucking with you. I just had to turn it up a little bit.
I deserve it.
Yeah, people start falling off. They was like, "What kind of show y'all got going on over here?"
1-900.
Fights? You want to see the fights, Mark Nash? Want us to lay the wood on you, like nigga? Get the fuck out of here. Yo, the show's over. Go back and watch the replay. The show over. Nigga. I'm out of here. About to go out here and watch some manly shit. I'm about to watch a police shooting or something.
Hey, you said your manhood went down a little bit just talking to me. That's messed up, man.
Hey, nigga.
Oh God, I'm done.
Yo, yeah, but somebody said Bill Haney an internet bully. But far as what you were saying about that shit, man, but that's part of Ryan's journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he had a coach like Roy Jones might just say, "Hey, man, we're gonna pull him out the fight. 'Cause I don't think he's ready." You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
You better leave my man Roy alone, bro. That's my favorite fighter. That's my dude right there.
I don't think he's ready, so I ain't gonna let you go in there like that. You know what I'm saying? So I left for 3 days. I told you keep working on that left hook. Come back. Got the jaw broke. That's it. Yeah, that's right.
But let me get back to the chat gang, man. I appreciate you for letting me jump on for a little bit with you.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I'm probably about to wrap this one up anyway, man. I had a good time chopping up with y'all. This ain't even my normal day, but definitely enjoyed chopping it up with you, Stephen Brimley, Puto, of course, this Duran, and my guy Sir Senior. Let me see what they talking about in the chat. Somebody said this guy's voice sounds like a content warning for rated R movies on a bad movie. The following movie is rated B. For bitch, why you watching this damn whack ass movie? She said, no, it's not an illusion. I missed what she said. Mark, I don't have to smoke. I have steam, bro. I don't have to smoke. I don't have smoke. I have steam. Okay. When you don't clean yourself up, you're gonna look older. Okay, so that's what it is. It's the beard, probably, right? Yeah, I thought he was older than that. Somebody say he a bully. I like Bill Haney though. I like his I like those damn, I forgot to ask Stitch that. Somebody told me to ask him that. How does he feel about father-son teams? But I get him on the next one. Martinez, you got me ducking under my desk at work. You ain't at work, nigga. Typing too much to be at work. What you working with your feet? You doing all that typing. Somebody said Hopkins is an example of success and presents himself strong still as an older man. I couldn't agree more. I don't look at Bernard Hopkins and see a sellout or a sucker or what other terms that people use for him. I see a Hall of Famer, man, who did it the right way, stayed out of trouble and kept grinding, you know, and reinvented himself over and over again. The alien executioner to the alien. Yeah, man. I ain't got no problems with Bernard Hopkins or what he's doing or what he has done for boxing. I think he's doing great. Keep doing the good shit. All right. What do I got? That's it, man. Let me do a neighbors only roll call. I didn't do one at the beginning of the show, and I'm gonna go and wrap this one up, man. I really enjoyed y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed bringing you the content. Thanks again for allowing me the opportunity to entertain you all. And I can land it right here. I ain't gotta keep going just to be keeping going. So let me do this. And let's shout everybody out for supporting the show in a major way. All right, let's take it from the tippity top. Who we got? We'll take it from the top. Scant Rants. Okay, Scant Rants became a member. How about that?
What up?
That's rare. You're a member now? What? Scant Rants. Scant Rants, I want to hear. I'm about to get on your nerves. Buzzer, dub, budget. So shout out to Scant Rants.
What up?
Patricia Shelton, peace to you.
What up?
Thank you. You're also a new member. Make some noise for the new members. Patricia Shelton and Scant Rants. Man, I got to do a members only episode tomorrow. Got to. Got to do one.
What up?
Scant Rants.
What up?
Patricia Shelton. Welcome to the neighborhood, both of you two.
What up?
Ace Retro. What up, though?
What up?
That guy Clips 330.
What up?
Ben Adams.
What up?
Miss Queen Sunkissed.
What up?
Rockman.
What up?
Juan Davila.
What up?
No, Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel Donaire.
What up?
Kansas City Mac.
What up?
True Media Today USA Boxing, Coach Malachi Williams.
What up?
Porto.
What up?
Stephen Bateman in Australia.
What up?
Gangsta. Food Revolution.
What up?
What's popping with you? C Jones 0224.
What up?
KP from KC5.
What up?
TJR.
What up?
Matt Wade.
What up?
DJ.
What up?
Karma Serene with the Serene Saturdays.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Beyond Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T. Good questions today, too, in the chat for the interview.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
Boxing Lounge.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Ride of the Storm.
What up?
Here to There.
What up?
Taylor Bell.
What up?
Maddie Yoel.
What up?
Cliff Bailey.
What up?
Con Shonery.
What up?
Lisa Bell. She never fails.
What up? Gangsta.
Cooking with the Champ.
What up?
On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.
What up?
HL Deezy.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Sr.
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
Lady Shan Dundem season my UK girl in London town.
What up? Gangsta.
D Bevel the Champ.
What up?
And of course, the big fish himself, my good brother Derek Lincoln.
What up? Gangsta.
All right, this was fun, man. I'm gonna take this video and I'm gonna make it members only for a little bit while I chop this clip up. So I'm gonna have to chop out a Stitch interview and I'm gonna make that a video on its own. So I'll probably take this one down. Matter of fact, I'll leave it up for a bit. I'll leave it up. Let y'all check the playback because it was a pretty good interview. She said it was a gift, Mark. It was a gift, Mark, the membership. Really? Somebody did the gift. Somebody gifted them a membership. It was a gift, Mark, the membership. Who did that? I don't even know who did that. Interesting. I got to see if they got a way so I can trace it and see who did the gift of the membership. That's pretty cool, though. Pretty damn dope. All right. Somebody said it was a gift. Okay, pause. Don't forget the pause. Pause on what I say? What I say? Oh, Lisa, you gifted the membership. Dope. Okay, cool. So I gotta make it worth their while. Gotta make it worth their while and see if they want to stick around. So I'll definitely do my part. But thank you guys again for your time, your energy. Thanks for supporting the show in a major way. Tomorrow, well, it's today now on the East Coast. Tomorrow we'll be doing a weigh-in. So we got a weigh-in tomorrow, and we got some fights on Saturday. So we're gonna do a show tomorrow, and we're gonna have a good time, man. Thank you again for your time, your energy. I love y'all. Hope you love yourself. If not, guess what? God loves you, and so does Mark Nash in the neighborhood here at Breaking Beats. Always remember, man, dreams require sleep, goals require effort. Go out there and get your goals. Also, you can go into the description block, get you one of those t-shirts or hoodies and support the show in a major way. We got a couple pieces out there that you guys can chop it up, coffee mug, get something. Go there and get something. And you can go run and tell your YouTube daddy I said it, matter of fact. So yeah, with that said, man, sometimes we're going to agree. Sometimes we're going to disagree. But always remember, man, respect is free. Disrespect gonna cost you everything, your family, your freedom, your finances, most importantly, your life. So let's show each other love. Let's show each other respect. And even if we don't, man, always remember on this show, homie, you know how it go.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Oh, I got to get caught up on my snowfall, too. So, yeah, I mean that shit, too, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. It's your man, Mark Nash, Breaking Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly. You know why. Life is serious enough. Again, special thank you to my guest, Mr. Jacob Stitch Duran. Creed 3 will be in theaters nationwide tomorrow. So y'all go out there, check out that movie. You're a boxing fan, you're going to love it. And let's go support the movie. Don't bootleg the movie, dog. Know how y'all niggas do. Don't be bootlegging the movie. Go check out the movie, all right? I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
This that squad side.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Thanks, Lisa. Now, Dr. Mark, God made this possible, and so the viewers like you. I see y'all soon. Peace.